Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Pulaski Academy at Joe B. Hatcher Stadium. Tonight, we have for you the first round of the playoffs, and it's, of course, the Pulaski Academy Bruins hosting the Wildcats from El Dorado. Joining me for our pregame show is Jake McGill. Good evening, Jake. All right, I'm not sure Jake's mic is on, but, oh, he's on 3. I'm sorry. He's on 3. There we go. Try it again.
How are we doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Good.
Good. Well, you know, we've got a great game. Let's see. Pulaski Academy ended the regular season coming out number 3 in the West, right behind Greenwood number 1 and Little Rock Christian number 2.
Yes, sir.
And then, of course, El Dorado here is number 6 in the East. Now, we fell on the bottom of the bracket, which means this is going to be the last. No matter what happens tonight, this will be the last home game for the Bruins.
So that's not actually totally true.
What?
If the both 1 and 2 seed lose next round and
Well,
PA wins out.
If they went by seeds, but they don't. The way that the AAA looks at it is
That's
if you're
right.
on the
I'm so
bottom.
sorry. That's
No, you're
right.
fine.
Yeah,
You're fine
yeah.
because a lot of places you're right. They would look at the seed and we might play against a 4 seed and we would have home preference.
Exactly.
And that I think that used to be the case when in other divisions that the Bruins have played in. But in this one, they say that if you're on the bottom side of the bracket, then you're away. Whoever's on the top side, and we're on the very, very, very bottom of the bracket. So regardless of the fact that we're number 3, this is it. This is our last home game. So next week, whoever wins this game will travel to Marion, which those of you who aren't familiar with the state of Arkansas, you're basically talking about West Memphis.
As far
yeah,
as you can go.
Go to West Memphis and go a little bit north, and you're in Marion.
Yes.
That's it. So it's about a 3-hour drive,
Yes,
give or
it is.
take. So, yeah, we'll be there, assuming the Bruins come out. But we don't want to jump the gun.
Hopefully.
We don't want to jump the
Yeah.
gun. You know, I know that we have a lot of folks from El Dorado who are watching the show tonight. And if you've got our video on and you're listening to your hometown guys on the radio, I don't blame you at all. You know, enjoy it. Honestly, that would probably be what I would do too. But,
Absolutely.
We do try to keep it. You know, we're obviously Bruin fans. I'm not going to hide that, but at the same time, we do try to keep it a little bit neutral.
You have to almost
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
It's a high school game. Everyone's here to have fun.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
That's it. And the big thing is, have fun, make some memories, especially for these seniors. Excuse me, who regardless, for somebody, this is the last game they'll play.
Yes.
Whether it's the Bruins or the Wildcats, those seniors, it's their last game.
I remember my last game like it was yesterday.
So-
every single time.
So tell us, you went to Catholic high school here in Little Rock?
I did. Yep. I went to Catholic. Our final game was in Fayetteville. It was about 11 degrees when we played.
Goodness.
It was mighty cold.
Oh.
We'll do it all over again.
I'll
every
bet.
single bet.
You play the offensive line?
Offensive line,
Yep.
left guard for most of it.
Sure.
Started as a center. Couldn't snap the ball. Hard to play center if you can't snap the ball.
Yep. It certainly is.
But then moved over to left guard and just kind of moved wherever they needed me.
Well, I know we've got Scrivanos down there at center for the Bruins this year, which is an interesting choice. You know, you've got Will Scrivanos, who's probably the smallest one on the offensive line. I mean, I say smallest, he's the shortest probably.
So that's usually how offensive line goes. The
Okay.
tallest people are on the outside.
Okay.
I'm going to say most agile are on the guards, and your smallest are in the center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, I learned something.
There you go.
Well, it's going to be a fun game, and I know that. Oh, okay, good. Kevin's walking in here, so we've got Kevin Kelly going to join us here shortly for the game. But it's a beautiful night. You know, we've got mostly clear skies. Right now it's 55 degrees, and I know we're going to get Todd Jacobian here on the phone shortly. And as soon as we can get that tie line hooked up, Christina, as soon as we can get that tie line hooked up, we'll get to Todd Jacobian, who's our meteorologist. And, well, before you run off, I know that last week after the game, you and Bradley on the field, who can't be with us tonight, unfortunately. If he's out there watching, well, good evening, and I hope you had a great trip, Bradley. But after the game, y'all spent a good 30, 45 minutes talking about possibilities in the brackets.
Yes, and it's very open.
Right.
You have those 1 seeds that are undefeated. Other than those, every single game in this bracket is very winnable.
Yes.
On the top or bottom side for every single team.
Yeah.
That's why you have to play the game.
Right.
You can get the 1 seed. Cool. You get a bye. It doesn't matter until you play the game out.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing that I kind of like about baseball. You know, you talk about tournaments, and that's the first thing that I start thinking about is, in baseball, they say, oh, well, that's why you play multiple games and you play a series. It's not just left to one game. Well, that's not the case in football.
Not at all.
You get one chance to put it all out on the field, and that's it.
Very cliche. You say 120%. You have to give your 120%,
Yeah.
or else you're going home.
That's it.
And for a lot of these kids, you're never playing football ever again.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you've got a chance. Some of them will play in college. Some of them might go on to play, maybe a club team or with friends. But putting on the pads and the helmets and marching out there to songs and running through the banner, in between the lines of cheerleaders, there's a lot that goes with that. And to have it be your very last one, that's got to be tugging at some heartstrings.
Man, it even just talking about it, I'm already sad. I miss it so
Sure.
much. I would go out there right this second and play.
I believe it.
I have 2 bad knees, bad shoulder, everything hurts. I would go out there and
but you'd do it again.
Anything.
Oh.
Just for one more play.
Right.
Just to be able to hit one more person.
I believe it. All right. Well, let's take a very short break. We'll take a very short break, and we'll be right back with the rest of our pregame show, and we'll get this one kicked off.
At Caldwell Toyota, they are passionate about helping drivers find the vehicle that's right for them for the most affordable prices possible. That's why they carry such a large selection of new Toyota models, because whether you're looking for something sporty, efficient, versatile, family-friendly, rugged, or all of the above, they are confident they have a new Toyota model to meet all of your needs and then some. Visit them online at caldwelltoyota.com.
All right, folks, welcome back. And he's still going to be on number 3, Christina. I've got him plugged in on that far side. So thank you very much. So we got a little switching going on. Now, Jake McGill will be back for the halftime show. He's going to talk more bracketology, just kind of give you a review of the scores from around the state. And then we're going to basically let him make some predictions, look at the scores, and see what the possibilities look like at halftime. But until then, Coach Kelly's in here. He's scarfing down some chicken tenders. And let me tell you, those are some fantastic chicken tenders. They came from just down the street at Homer's Kitchen Table. Now, if you haven't been to Homer's, you are missing out, I promise, because they've got some of the best entrees around. You can get over there. They've got a nice bar, big setup. And, the cobbler and the vegetables, Christina's in my headset telling me, say something about the cobbler and the vegetables, because, she goes in there and she'll get that vegetable plate. I went by there for lunch today. I got that hot chicken sandwich with the buffalo sauce on it. Oh, so good. With their homemade chips that they make. Oh, they're so good. But take your time, Coach. I don't want you to choke on that, savor it. But I want to make sure that we say thank you to Homer's Kitchen Table for providing all of the food up here in the press box tonight. They provided that for us and the officials. They've done that all season, and it's just fantastic to have them as part of the PA Live family. So thanks again to Homer's Kitchen Table. Now, Tony, while you're putting slides up, let's go ahead and talk real quick about the perfect prediction as well. So the perfect prediction, if it's your first time joining us, maybe you're an El Dorado fan, you have an option. You can play this as well. You just pick up your phone, open the camera, point it right at that QR code, and that will take you to a website where you can put in your prediction on what you think the final score of tonight's game will be. Whoever's the closest will win a gift certificate or gift card to Homer's Kitchen Table just down the street. Now, you've got that option. You can win that, and that's provided to you by Rise Counseling and Diagnostics. Rise Counseling has all the things that you might need for family support. They accept clients ages 4 and older. They have immediate availability in their Conway, Little Rock, and Sherwood locations, and they also do telehealth appointments. They're available for your convenience. You can call them to schedule an appointment today or to get more information. Their phone number is 501-886-8255. 891-5492. Of course, they offer psychological and behavioral health services to children, teens, and families, and they test for learning disabilities, ADHD, and autism spectrum disorder. They also offer outpatient and community-based group, family, and individual counseling and therapy services. So visit their website for more information at riseforfamilies.com. Got choked up there thinking about it. But scan that and put in your prediction. You have until 7:30 p.m. to get in your prediction on the final score of tonight's game. All right, the team captains are meeting out at center field right now for the coin toss. Check my messages real quick from Nate Olson. All right, he says he's watching. Well, great pregame. Thanks, Nate. Let me know where you are tonight. I know you're probably at another game, so let me know where you are, so maybe you can send us some updates on the one that you're at as well. All right, let's go to our own. Looks like real quick, it looks like El Dorado won the toss and declined. Yep, so the Bruins will receive. So let's go to our weather center, the PA Live Weather Center. Oh, looks like we're going to go down to the field real quick first. Oh, no, I thought he had his mic on. Never mind. All right. Let's go to our PA Live Weather Center where Todd Jacobian, our chief meteorologist, is standing by to give us tonight's pregame weather forecast. All right, Todd, what can we expect tonight?
Meteorologist Todd Jacobian. Your forecast for this evening, great football weather. It'll be cool, but it's supposed to be cool in November, especially for these Friday night football games, and rain-free too. Temperatures at kickoff will be right around 52 degrees, halftime temperature 50 degrees, and by the fourth quarter, we'll be in the upper 40s, and the skies will stay mostly clear. There will be a slight breeze from time to time out of the northeast around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Back to you, Josh.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Always great to have you along with us. All right, yeah, Todd, it looks like, Coach, now that you're on the headset, Nate Olson is watching from home, so he's going to catch up with some other games around the state.
Oh, good. Maybe he can keep us informed.
Yeah, he said he will. Well, so you heard it. Coach Kelly, Kevin Kelly's up here with me tonight again. And this is, 3 games in a row now? What the heck? Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, no, it's been fun, too. I told you I enjoyed it. And,
yeah.
And when you asked if I could do it, I didn't know Blake was going to be gone. I was talking to him. He said he's going to Orlando or somewhere. And I'm like, okay, that's decent, So, no, honored that you'd have me on again and love playoffs. I mean, how do you not love playoffs? It's fun when it's all on the line. You lose, you go home, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I don't know if I can turn my the hearing part of my headset up, but I can't hear.
Yep, we can turn that up.
Oh, thank you.
There we go. She can adjust it however you need. Just give her a thumbs up just tell Christina. Just give her a thumbs up or more and thumbs down for less, and then okay is good.
Okay, that's perfect.
There we go. Yeah, and mine could come up a little bit as well. Sorry.
I could hear you through the echoing of the cabin here more than I could the
same.
headset.
Yeah, I'm hearing the echo more than anything. So
mine's good now, though.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm good now. Thank you.
Well, I got the opportunity to watch a little El Dorado film. I watched 2 of their games, and Bruins better bring it tonight. El Dorado's pretty good. They're not flashy. They're just rock solid, and I think this will be a good test and get us ready for the playoff run. So, if we can play well, I think we'll beat them easily. But if we play slow or get some penalties, it could be a longer game than we want it to be.
Well, now, Coach, I want to tell you up front, we've got a lot of fans from El Dorado watching too.
Yeah.
So I know they don't have a video stream or a broadcast of any kind. So a lot of them might be watching. So, we always try to make it a little bit impartial. But I told them up front already that we're Bruin fans through and through.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the same time, we try to be we try to make sure everybody gets a fair shake. But looks like they kick off to the Bruins.
I think they'll find that we respect good football and that we appreciate it. They run a good play. I mean, we'll let them know about it for sure.
Good football, good sportsmanship, and no injuries. That's what we appreciate.
Yeah, whatever happens, whoever moves on, we do not want them to be without a player, and we don't want that player to miss the rest of this. The rest of the playoffs. They get to
That's
go
one of the things that Jake and I talked about pregame was that regardless, you get into this part of the season and somebody's football career.
Yeah.
Ends
Oh,
tonight.
for sure. Yeah.
Whether it's
very few kids go play college ball.
Right.
So for one of these teams, there's a lot of seniors. This is their last football game.
Right.
And it's always a sad, emotional thing you'll see when the
Absolutely.
game's over with.
Yes, it is. All right, here's the first drive for the Bruins. 12 minutes on the clock. Cobb has an empty set. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, a man in motion. Now he throws lateral pass and another pass, forward pass this time. That's Charlie Kotros that threw it forward out to, that was Andrew Pfizer that caught that.
Yeah, they threw that definitely backward. So I think the defense stayed with the deep guy. They wanted to throw a deep one, and Charlie threw a nice one out there to Andrew.
Now man in motion again, 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Quick one out to Pfizer. He's across the 40, moves up to the 45, and takes a nice dive to stop the ball at the 46-yard line. That'll be a Hounds Lounge. First down for the Bruins.
Andrew Pfizer on a little slant route. They sent Charlie Kotros out of the backfield behind Pfizer. The linebacker on the slant went with him, and the slant opened up, and Cobb threw it perfectly in stride.
Cobb has 3 receivers, now 4 on the right side, and there comes a flag prior to the snap.
And this is what we don't want. Really, honestly, I don't want to see it for either team, a lot of penalties.
False start, number 18 on the offense.
But I sure don't want to see that
5
for the
yards.
Bruins.
You're right.
Still first down.
I got to coach against their head coach is Chris Hill. I've coached against him. He coached at Sylvan Hills and at Morrilton. He does a very nice job with his football team. So I think you'll see a lot of discipline out of them and not a lot of penalties.
4 receivers left, 1 to the right now. Cobb under pressure. Looks down to the left side, throws it out there, and it goes sailing into the, looks like almost into the stands there.
Yeah, I think Peyton Adams may have caught that on the sideline. And he's on
think you're
defense
right. Yeah.
and not out there. So, but that was just, Brandon looked. They recovered well, and he escaped the pocket, didn't take a sack, and threw it away, and we can live to fight another day.
Christina, I think we forgot to turn the crowd mic back up now that oh, no, you got it. Okay, never mind. Now Cobb in another empty set, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep this one. He's across the 45 and takes a nice slide just beyond the 50-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 50.
It's a nice pickup of about 9 yards on 2nd and 15 to make it a very manageable 3rd down.
Looks like El Dorado brought a nice crowd with him along with a full band over there. 3 receivers on the right. Nope. Call it 2. 2 on the left, 2 on the right.
Little screen pass.
Throws it out there to Kotros up the right side. He's across the 30. Got some blocks. 20, the 25, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Bruins. Nice job by Charlie Kotros, just dancing up the right sideline.
Well, and that's the best I've seen them set up a screen, and the linemen were out front. Last week we tried to run some against Lake Hamilton, and we ran with some of the younger guys, Javion Walker and some of those guys. And, it takes experience to set up the timing of a screen. Oftentimes, and I saw Javion kind of outrun the lineman. He hadn't worked with them much, but Charlie did a perfect job staying right behind him. He was right behind him when he caught the ball. Then it opened up. The line did a good job.
Cobb in the shotgun. Little play action. Straightforward pass into the end zone, and it's good for the 2-point conversion.
That was a perfect pass.
Oh, wait.
He dropped it.
He dropped it.
He did drop it. I
Excuse
saw it
me.
on the ground. Wow. That ball was right in his hands.
Yeah,
It was
sure was.
He was covered well. I'll give them credit. He was covered very well. Threw it in the back of the end zone. He was dancing down that back line, and I think he was worried about his feet more than he's worried about the football. And,
Right.
It doesn't matter if your feet are in if you don't catch the ball.
Right.
That's one thing that we've always preached here is
Yes.
Is ball first, feet second, because the feet don't matter if you don't catch the football.
Boy, I'm going to shoot myself in the foot at this point because all season, or at least the last few games, Blake has kept saying there was a funny saying that he kept using about catching a ball out of bounds,
Yeah.
and I can't remember it now.
All we used to preach was feet first. I mean ball first, feet second, because if you don't catch it, the ball doesn't matter.
Do you remember what he kept saying? No, you don't. I was looking at Christina there. She said she doesn't remember it either. He might be listening. We might get a text from him here in a minute.
1 minute and 9 seconds on that drive. So really good drive and overcame a penalty, which penalties are drive killers a lot of times. So good way to get off. We'd like to have made that 2-point conversion for sure. But now they've got to deal with, looks like he's going to start with the copter kick.
Yep, that's
And,
Walt Smiley out to kick for the Bruins.
El Dorado had 3 guys deep right there. And you'd think now they bring them up, but I'm not sure what they were thinking.
10:51 left in the first quarter. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Hey,
They
wow.
did a nice
They certainly
nice
did.
job. They blocked the PA group that runs down and tries to recover the onside, they ran and attacked and blocked them, and really it was a planned, it was like a running play. They parted the waters and opened it up, and he just split it down the middle and ran it all the way back down to the, I guess he stepped out on the 13-yard line. So really good field position to start with for El Dorado.
That was Cannon Jacobs with the carry, and he was shoved out of bounds. It looks like at the 13-yard line is where they spotted it, so they've got a nice position for their very first offensive drive. Quarterback has the snap. Quick handoff to Bratavian Brown. Now, look, fans, if you're out there and I say one of these names incorrectly, please just send a text message to our live fan feedback. That's our Ron Jones Remax Affiliates Realty live fan feedback right there at the bottom of the screen. And I'll get that message, and I'll make sure to say it correctly. I don't ever want to say anyone else.
El Dorado lined up in a little wing package, which means to the fans at home, it's a tight end and a wing back right outside him to that side, and ran to that strong side. PA did a good job of snuffing it out for a 2-yard gain. This time they're in a trip set to the left.
There's the snap, looking to the right side. He's under pressure, and there's a sack. Just trying to see who that was. That's
number 9.
That's Caden Nash. I can tell by the hair.
Yeah, Caden Nash. And Coach Taylor called a little blitz package. He comes up the middle, a leg stunt, and they're not able to pick it up, and he gets through cleanly and gets a quick quarterback sack. Now you're looking at, 3rd and 15 from the 19-yard line.
In the shotgun. Oh, and prior to the snap, there is a flag on the play. That's a PI roofing penalty flag.
That little
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 5 on the offense.
PA likes to move their defensive line, and they do that every week, and we see people jump every week.
Every time.
That's part of the intent, is to do that, but it's also they're realigning to confuse the offensive linemen so they don't know who to block, because they change the line blocking calls every time PA moves. That's just what teams do. And so they're trying to get a late jump on it where they can't call the right blocking scheme and free somebody up, and it worked that time for a penalty.
Throws it, almost intercepted.
They're going to get a holding.
Yep.
I'm not sure who was guarding him, but he literally grabbed him off the line of scrimmage and was just holding him the entire way. Now, in high school, in college and the NFL, that's an automatic first down. But in high school, it's simply a 10-yard penalty. And so they'll move it up to the 14-yard line, and you'll see 3rd and 11 from the 14.
Nate Olson gives us this quick update. Lakeside already up 7-0 over Harrison.
I was talking to Thomas Thrash with Hootens today, and they were talking about that was one of the games that they really wanted to get down and cover.
Holding, number 10 on the defense.
Yep.
The penalty is 10 yards from the previous spot. It's still 3rd down.
So that puts them almost exactly where they started the drive, now on the 14 instead of the 13.
Except for 2 downs less.
Right, so it's 3rd and 11.
Yeah.
9 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Polk in the shotgun. He passes to the left side, sails over his intended receiver. I think he was aiming for J. Prince Robertson.
Yeah, and really, if he had thrown it on the money, is the only way we'd had a chance on that. He ran a little quick post route, and he just sailed it over his head, and he put up one hand to catch it. Odell Beckham has ruined our game. OBJ in the NFL. Call it one-handed pass, and everybody's doing it one hand. That kid put up one hand. You're not going to catch a rocket with one hand.
No.
And for all the people that think, well, everybody catches them one hand. No, they show the ones they catch on SportsCenter. They don't show the 5 they drop.
So here to kick. Field goal. Let's see. It is no good.
It looked like it was wide right.
It did.
Looked like Peyton Adams jumped through the middle of that line and got some pressure, may have distracted the kicker a little bit. He does have a strong leg. It went up on top of the roof.
Yeah.
But you got to hit it. You got to hit it between the uprights, and I think Peyton really did put enough pressure on him to distract him from that.
Just want to say real quick, thank you to Popeye for letting me know about the audio level. Thanks, and it's as predicted, we do miss you, buddy. Look at the Bruins formation. Look at this. Quick pass goes all the way to the left side, and looks like it still only picked up about 4 yards.
That's called the swinging gate. Been running that for years, and part of what you do, you hope to catch them not align properly and get an easy big play. And even if it doesn't work, the other teams for the next 3 weeks have to work on it quite a bit in practice.
Sure. There's the snap once again. Same pass. Goes to the left side. Picks up maybe another 3 or 4. Won't know until they spot it there. Looks like, no, he's only picked up 2 this time. So it'll be 3rd down and 3 yards to go for the Bruins.
It looks like they're setting up something later. If you throw that 2 quick times, next time you may step back, throw it backwards, and throw a pass for the outside receiver coming down the middle.
Now a more traditional formation for the Bruins anyway. Cobb in the shotgun. Now everyone pulled in tight. 2 receivers left, twins stacked on both sides of the formation. 1 man in the backfield on his left side. Has the snap. Quick pitch goes to Luke Chandler. No, excuse me, that's Andrew Pfizer. I'm going to do that all night. I'm going to scratch that one out so I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I don't think Luke's going to be in there
in
the early part of the game.
Those are the freshmen out there.
Yeah.
They've got some doubled up numbers. There is a PI roofing penalty flag out there as well.
You know, PA runs that little 2x2 bunch set, and the quarterback and the tailback go one way, the slot receiver goes the opposite way. They pitch it to him underneath. We've been running that for years, and it's just always been a very effective play.
Holding number 65 on the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still 3rd down.
Because what we do is we sneak the left side guard and tackle all the way out, leading the play on the right, and so we've got 2 extra blockers over there for guys they don't have.
Nice.
And when you can double team or get those guys out in front, then usually you've got a nice play. But if they hold, now we've got what we got now.
Right. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Almost like the old IJK package. Isn't that what y'all used to call it?
we did have an IJK package.
And that was Walden Culpepper with the reception.
And he only makes 3 yards, puts us in a 4th and 7. That shows you how that holding was big. We're looking
was
at
huge. That was either a first down or not.
Yeah. We had a first down, and then all of a sudden it's 3rd and 10. Now it's 4th and 7, and you're in a big play.
8 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first quarter. The Bruins are up 6-0.
Receivers scrambling sides. They called one formation, it looked like, and then they switched it. Plenty of time on the play clock.
10 seconds left. Cobb in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Has the snap. Plenty of time. Looking, goes to the right side. Still looking. Throws it out there, and it is caught.
Well, Cobb made that with his feet, not because he bought time, but because when he ran out, he's been such a threat. 2 defenders left their receivers to go make the tackle, and he just flipped it right over their head.
Picked up a Hounds Lounge first down with it with that pass to Will Manning.
That was a big, because you don't want to give it to El Dorado right back down in your own end with a chance to take the lead and give them any confidence. If you can go down and score here after stopping them and making a 4th down, momentum really swings your way, and it's a psychological blow to the Wildcats.
Cobb has an empty set. He's in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 7:16 left on the play clock. First quarter. Passes to the left side, and it goes sailing over Will Manning. Couldn't get there.
Yeah, a little bit high, maybe by design, because he was pretty covered on that play. And if you throw it just a little bit inside, you're looking at a pick 6.
Oh, yeah, easily.
So Andrew with really a nice throwaway.
Boy, I'm really confused on there he is. I couldn't see that other.
Yeah, he was lined up wrong. That was confusing for a second.
I thought, boy, is he covered right there? But he has 3 receivers
This middle receiver
left.
better back off. They don't. That whoever that is doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. It looks like. Hopefully, he stayed eligible. Cobb looks like he's going to keep this one. He's across the line of scrimmage. Picked up. I think that was a generous 2. I think he probably should really only picked up 1.
You know, Alex Zelda plays a lot, and he was very unsure where to line up, and that really started that play in a bad way.
Really, yeah.
The coach was yelling at him. The quarterback was yelling at him. He kept getting on the line, off the line. Like you said, he was hidden for a minute.
Yeah.
And that really started the play off in a bad way.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Cobb has the snap, moves to the left side, still under pressure now. Throws it straight down the field, and whoa, what a hit. Nate Thomas Jr. caught the ball and then took a big lick from one of the Wildcats. I didn't even see who it was, honestly.
No, I think it was number 9 for the Wildcats, Caden Perry, and he, you know what he did? He hit with his forearms and his hands, And so it wasn't a blow. It wasn't
Right.
an illegal use of the head.
No,
he didn't
no,
use
yeah.
his head.
It was just a
but
big hit.
It was a big hit.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was a nice job by Nate to hang on to the football. I'm
Yeah.
glad to see him getting to play this early.
I am too. He's done a great job already this year. 3 receivers on the right. Nope, call it two on the right. They keep moving that man back and forth. Under pressure,
Screen
throwing
to the
that.
left.
Nice. Nate Thomas Jr. again with the carry across the 40, and he is stopped before he reaches the 35-yard line.
Gain of 7, so Nate has a nice catch across the middle. He rewarded him with another screen out of the backfield. So that's 2 screens, both I would say successful. 7-yard pass, we'll take that.
That's 2nd down and 3 yards to go for the Bruins.
Another nice hit by El Dorado, though. Those
Yeah.
guys did come to hit tonight.
They sure did.
And that takes a toll on you by the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Nate Thomas Jr. in motion. Cobb has the snap, throws it straight out there, and, boy, nearly picked off. And look at Alex Meeks just really torn up. He wished he had that one.
Right through his hands. He can't believe he didn't catch that football.
Yeah.
He knows he missed one there.
Turnovers. He's
Turnovers.
going to replay that play in his mind for the rest of the season.
He will. Turnovers are game changers, and he had a chance. Well, he's in great position, just didn't make the play.
Cobb in the shotgun, 3 receivers left. This time it's a quick handoff to Chance McKendra, straight up, and does pick up the Hounds Lounge first down and 2 extra yards for the Bruins.
Yeah, PA has a lot of running backs. They shuffle in with Cotros and McKendra and Nate, and then Javion Walker got to play some last week. I'd like to see him go multiple plays with one guy, let him get in a little rhythm, and then before they subbed out and put the other guy in.
Now there's the snap to Cobb, another handoff to McKendra. He's straight up the formation, picks up, almost 10 yards, and there is a PI roofing penalty flag on the play.
Yeah, it was a really nice run, really, really nice run by Chance. It looked like there wasn't much of a hole, and then he got through, darted to the right, and made some yards on his own.
Holding, number 54 on the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Still first down.
I have a hold on Eric Park. Eric's one of my favorite guys on the team. He always works his tail off and doesn't ask for anything and loves the Bruins and loves being a part of the football team.
He's a funny kid, too.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he's a ham.
He is. And he's but it's hard to see what he did right there in the middle of the line with everybody's around. There's 9 guys in a pile right there, but the ref saw something.
Now, is Corey his older brother?
He is.
Okay, yeah, I
Love
thought
Corey
so.
too.
He's a funny one, too. Find him on TikTok, and you have an evening of laughs.
Yeah.
Now Cobb looking to pass. He's got it out there, and it's caught by Walden Culpepper. Looks like a tie. He's sitting there trying to rip it out, but I think forward progress had stopped there. I didn't hear a whistle, though, when I thought I would have.
Well, because he kept moving his feet. If he would have stopped and dropped or just stopped his feet, they would have blown the whistle for progress.
Gotcha.
But he was moving his feet. Javon Livingston tried to rip that ball out and really – no, it was LaVictor Livingston. I guess they're brothers maybe.
Yeah.
And tried to rip the ball out and was doing a heck of a job.
He was doing a heck of a job.
Culpepper did a nice job just hang on to that one.
Oh no!
Oh, man.
Well, at least he knew to jump on it right then and there.
Yeah, instead of trying to pick it up and make a play, what you had is you got a handoff to Chase McKendrick. He pitched it back to Andrew Pfizer. He tossed it a little high. The ball went up in the air, and Andrew very wisely just jumped on the ball and took the loss rather than try to make something a bad play worse. Motion Nate out of the backfield to the 3 receiver side. Throw it to him.
That was Nate Thomas Jr., the intended receiver, and it just tipped his fingers. That's all he could see.
A little bit high, but it's a catchable ball. Both of those guys wish they had that play back. I'm sure Brandon does, and Nate does too. Both of them really could have done a little bit better right there. Now that leads to a 4th down and 8 on what's really turned out to be a long drive as far as PA's used to.
Yeah. Cobb again, now he has an empty set. 4 receivers on the right, 1 to the left. All spread out all the way across the field. He has the snap, looks to the right side, has plenty of time. Passes out there, and it is incomplete, just in and out of the fingers there. So that's where the ball will turn over on downs for the Wildcats.
He had a receiver early. I didn't see who it was, crossing underneath. He had a curl route that he ended up throwing it to, which is basically he had a 12-yard route that curled up at an open spot. You have a guy running in front of him, and what you're supposed to look for is the linebacker. If the linebacker comes up, you throw the curl behind him. If he drops, you throw to the crossing route in front. He started to throw the crossing route, didn't do it, ended up throwing to the curl. By that time, the defense was kind of collapsing a little bit, made it a tough throw and catch, and unable to come up with it, and El Dorado holds.
Prior to the snap, False start. Number 70 on the offense.
Well, Nate Olson
5
gives us a
yards.
quick update. Oh, I thought he was done. Nate Olson gives us a quick update as well. Another score is Mills 7, Win 0 in the first quarter.
It's a big game. You know, that's a second false start penalty called by the PA defensive line shifting, and they thought they were coming across, which they weren't, and there you have an illegal motion penalty, which is very beneficial to the defense.
Nice drive there by the Wildcats. Looks like they picked up about 5 yards. No, excuse me, that's about 15. No, 10.
10. There
See
you
if I
go.
can get
Yeah,
the numbers
split
right.
the numbers. Split
Good
the numbers.
grief.
Number 10, Jay Prince Roberson catches the ball on a little tunnel screen to the outside and got hit at 0 yards. Ended up making 10 yards after the first contact.
This one's carried directly by Mitchell Polk, their quarterback.
Sophomore quarterback, you know, first playoff game in high school, I'm sure.
Oh, wow, yeah, you're right. I didn't think about
First
that.
start in the playoffs, a little pressure, so I expect to see a little jitters like we did on that high throw on the goal line a while ago. But sometimes a good run is what'll shake out the nerves a little bit for a guy starting his first time in the playoffs.
Just looking, they have one other quarterback on the roster, and he's a junior, so it's interesting that they've got the sophomore out there.
Yeah, I guess he just showed him something.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah, showed him something in spring ball or in summer camp.
Polk in the shotgun, has the snap, quick handoff. That's Bratavian Brown with the carry.
You know, as I watch teams see PA on film and they see the smaller defensive line minus Peyton Adams, and they just think we should be able to line up a run on these guys. But what they don't know, you know, people just don't pay attention to is PA will bring everybody that's not on a receiver into the box to play that run, and we've always got you outnumbered. And the way to beat PA is not by just running right at them. That just doesn't work very often.
First down and 10 yards to go for the Wildcats. Polk has an empty set, 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. Has the snap, looks to the right side, and wow, all the pressure right there for another sack by the Bruins. Is that?
I think it was
Yeah,
Peyton Adams.
that is Peyton Adams, yeah. I thought that's who that was. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you know, they've been sending a blitz up the middle, so the guard couldn't help with the center. He's worried about that blitz. And then that puts Peyton Adams in a one-on-one situation, and he's tough to block. Do it by yourself. Second and 18 or so.
Right, yeah, second and 18 from the 34-yard line. 1:56 left in the first quarter. Bruins lead 6-0. There's the snap. Looking to the right side, passes out there, and whoa, my, almost intercepted by, is that Joshua Roten? Yes, it is.
Yeah, it was a really nice play by him. I thought for a second the quarterback was going to go to the post on his left, which looked to be broken open. There was less guys over there. Probably should have tried to throw that one. Instead, waits a second, throws it to the post on the right, and, man, what a play by the PA defensive back. He could almost pick that off himself.
Polk in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Flushed out of the pocket. No, not just that. Back-to-back sacks for Adams.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to give him some help. This kid, I mean, I see the young man that he's lined up over shaking his head. Peyton's already in his head a little bit, and now he's gotten there 2 out of the last 3 plays. I think you'll have to see either a running back have to help Chip, or they're going to have to slide on the line and give him some help, which will free up a blitzer later on. But when Peyton's able to do that by himself, and we can drop everybody back and put pressure on them anyway, that makes it tough on the quarterback for sure.
Well, fans, if it's the first time that you've joined us on PA Live, thank you very much. And you'll notice that we do try to describe each play a little bit more in detail than you're used to seeing on a video broadcast or a stream or whatever you want to call it. But that's simply because the Pulaski Academy has a lot of fans that are blind or visually impaired, and we want them to be able to keep up with the game as well.
Well, I didn't think we would see a defensive battle early on, but 6-0 with 59 seconds left in the first quarter.
We've got it.
That's not to say PA can't score before the first quarter's over with 59 seconds left.
That's very true.
But you know, it's a little. I thought we'd have more scoring, especially when El Dorado ran that onside kick back down inside the 15-yard line, and they had a good chance. I thought we'd be in a scoring battle, but it's been the opposite.
There's the snap to Cobb. He goes to the left side. Pass is complete to Culpepper. He ran back. I'm not sure why he ran backwards. He should have turned it up immediately after the catch.
Yeah, he's supposed to run like, if you could picture a crescent moon, He's supposed to start at the line of scrimmage, start back towards the quarterback, but before the ball's thrown, turn it up because he's got to be behind the line.
Right.
But you want him heading upfield when he catches it. He just continued to run at Cobb, and then when you do that, you're running backwards,
Right.
and the defense has time to converge.
Quick handoff this time to Cotros up the middle, and he is stopped immediately. I think that was Carmelo Johnson with the tackle.
Yeah, and is it Zalex Meeks was also in on it, number 6.
I'm guessing, but I'll bet that's Zalex.
Zalex, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Zalex, like Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the name either way. But, it's amazing how on a drive, I did some research on drives, and in the first play of the drive, which we had not this play, but the one where Culpepper caught it going
Yep.
backwards, to get this number in college football. So it changes very little from the NFL to high school from college numbers. If on the very first play that you have of a drive, if you don't make 4 yards, you are 40% less likely to score.
Wow.
And not many people know that. And
4 yards.
yeah, and
That's-
I was lucky enough to get to sit with some data scientists at ESPN when I was speaking one time, and that was my trade-off in lieu of getting paid. Did that in 2014.
That's
and
awesome.
found a bunch of numbers. So I came back and made PA's a football team. I made our coaches start scouting the first play of the drive because we got a real tendency, and what you'll find is coaches oftentimes have one of 3 plays they'll call on the first play because they're comfortable with it, or their quarterback or their team is, and to get off. And if you can scout those plays and do well, then that really hurts the chances of the other team to score. And
That is just incredible.
yeah, it's a big play. There's some random, really big-time numbers, and that's over hundreds of thousands of instances, so it's proven.
Wow. We've got lots of messages from our Ron Jones Remax Affiliates Realty Live fan feedback. We'll get to those here in just a moment. Here are the Bruins again on the offensive side.
Throwback pass right here.
Pfizer.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Number 21 for El Dorado, LaVictor Livingston, read that as well as you could possibly read a play.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a play PA ran a while ago and got called on the holding, but it was a nice run before. And then they do that. Pfizer stops, turns around, throws it back across the field to Cotros. And, man, LaVictor read that the whole way. That was an outstanding football play by the right corner for El Dorado.
One fan on the live fan feedback says Pulaski Academy needs their defensive linemen to block more so they can stop El Dorado on offense.
We've done a pretty good job stopping them so far.
Passes out there. It's
Nice throw and catch.
nicely done.
Then, man, that's a tough play. I think
Alex
that was
Zeldin.
Alex Zeldin.
It is.
On a quick post, and Brandon Cobb threw it at the right time and hit him right between the numbers. Because if he throws it anywhere but there, the defender's arms were all over him, and it would have been tough.
Yeah. That's a Hounds Lounge first down for the Bruins. Has the snap. Quick handoff to Cotros up the middle across the 40-yard line. Picks up about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And that 4th down conversion on 4th and longer than 10 is so demoralizing for the other team.
Oh,
right
absolutely.
there. They're like, we had them stopped. They know they had them stopped. For everybody else in the world, that's a punt.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Cobb in the shotgun. He has Nate Thomas Jr. on his right side. Little play action there. Runs out of the pocket to the right side. He's going to keep this one. Swinging that ball again like a loaf of bread.
Yeah, and after 2 fumbles last week, he needs to protect that more as we get into the playoffs.
Makes me nervous doing that. It seems like he does that whenever he's going to go ahead and keep it, and he's going to try and run out of bounds. He's just thinking about running, and that's all. 11:08 left in the second quarter. Bruins lead 6-0. 3rd down, 3 yards to go. They're on the Wildcats' 37-yard line. An empty set. He has the snap. Goes to the right side. Caught. That is, again, to Alex Zeldin. That's another Bruin first down.
Number 9 for El Dorado, Caden Perry, went for the interception. Now, if he picks it off, it's a pick 6. But Brandon led the receiver perfectly. He was unable to get to it, and it was a nice catch for a first down. I don't really blame them for going for it. I mean, they know they're the underdog. They've got to make some plays.
Sure.
I thought that was a fine try by the young man. You'd like him to go with his play side arm, his right arm, try to knock it down, and his left arm to put it out to tackle in case he misses it, but he didn't.
Cobb has 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Under pressure. He's going to have to keep this one. He's going to run out of bounds at about the 19-yard line, and that's where they'll mark it. And that's worth a nut. Is that a
No, he
that's
picked
not
up
a first
6.
down.
It was
Okay.
1st and 10.
I didn't see the marker over there.
Picked up 7, so it's going to be 2nd and 3. Another nice run. If you're as much as Cobb scrambles, one thing I thought El Dorado would do is they would make their defensive end do a better job of containing.
Right.
You know, they're like, hey, guys, go get some pressure. But the number one thing is you can't let him outside because he makes good plays with his feet. We've already seen him convert a 4th down getting outside.
Looks like triplets stacked on the left side there. And quick handoff to Walden Culpepper. He turns it upfield across the 15, across the 10, and he is stopped, tackled there by Jacoby Ship.
Going to be 1st and goal at the 9. That's the same play. You've seen that play 3 times now. The one that they got the holding on that they had a nice run on, and then the one that they spun into a throwback that almost got picked. And then that time it's just to catch the pitch and keep it, and picks up nice yards.
2 receivers left to the right. Now a handoff. Nate Thomas Jr. turns it upfield and hopping.
He did a nice job.
Wow.
He's running an outside zone to the left, and they opened up a hole. Nate put his foot in the ground. One kid had to hold his left leg, and he hopped on his right leg almost into the end zone.
Watch the tush push. Oh, he didn't even need the push.
He didn't
He's
need a
there.
push, yeah. Saw a hole.
That's a touchdown for Nate Thomas Jr.
Man, Nate runs really, really hard on the last 2 plays. You saw that. I'm glad they rewarded him with a touchdown after that play before.
Yes. So that puts the Bruins 12 and Wildcats 0 with 10:09 left in the second quarter.
Because if you remember, this very drive before we changed quarters, Nate caught that ball down the middle. That was a big hit.
Yep.
Then he had the nice screen, and so he really earned his keep on that drive.
Cobb now another empty set. Oh, changed the formation real quick. Very different. 2 receivers right, 3 to the left.
Backs in the pistol. Little toss sweep. Going to be something out of this. He's looking for somebody to throw it to.
Oh no, it got batted down.
He does, but it's, yeah.
Batted down. I think that's Cannon Jacobs who batted it away.
Yeah, they didn't give him. They did a good job, El Dorado, of staying with their receivers, even though we pitched it back to the tailback. I think Charlie showed that a little early. He should have tucked it
Right.
to make it look like run. Then they come up, then you throw it over their head. He actually held it up immediately like he was going to throw it, and everybody stayed with their receivers. Didn't give him anybody to throw to.
I thought he was going to do just the opposite, hold it up like he's going to
And then tuck it
throw
and run
then
it.
tuck it and run it.
Yeah. Well, which would be good if they'd all been blocking, but we had everybody out in the pass route not blocking.
Right.
So if you do that and nobody's blocking, it's going to be tough to make it in.
Well, let's take a look at our Ron Jones Remax Affiliates Realty Live fan feedback and catch up with our fans. One, Uncle Zach says he's watching all the way from Mexico. Go Bruins and go Walden Culpepper. Another fan says starting quarterback for El Dorado, Mitchell Polk, started for the Wildcats versus Christian last year in the first round of the playoffs as a freshman even. That's very interesting. I did not know that. Thank you for letting us know. Let's see. Charlie and Winky are watching from Ocean City, Maryland. Go Bruins.
Ocean City, Maryland. Wow.
Gail Taylor, who is Coach Madison Taylor's mom, she says that the Taylor family is watching from Nashville, Tennessee. So proud of the PA team. Go Bruins.
Let's see how El Dorado decides to defend this onside kick. They know they have to recover it, but see if they go on offense again like they did last time, or if they just are satisfied with recovering the onside.
Here to kick off for the Bruins, that is Landon O'Donnell. And, boy, the Bruins say they have it. Let's see what the official says.
They do.
Yeah.
They kicked a different kick. It's a slow roller. It goes right across the 50-yard line. It wasn't even there yet, and one of the El Dorado kids went up and made a play for it a little early, and you're not sure you want him to do that until it goes 10 yards. And he did, and he couldn't recover it, and it squirted out, and PA gets the ball. Now that is a shot in the gut right there.
Right. That's huge.
Yeah. Because you're still not looking bad if you're El Dorado down 12-0 in the second quarter with the ball coming to you. You could easily go down and make it 12-7. But, man, when you give that up, you don't feel good about it. They forgot the tee on the field, so going in there to get that off to make sure nobody steps on it, twists an ankle or anything like that.
That would suck.
That would suck. What a way to end your season.
Nothing else to say about that. Looks like Twins stacked on either end of the formation. Now they change it up. Now they'll have 3 receivers on the right side, 2 to the left. Cobb with an empty backfield. Quick snap. That's a quick little shovel pass to Walden Culpepper. He's still on his feet, pushing for every single yard. He ends up picking up a first down, and it looks like they're going to spot it at about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, again, just a variation of that same play with the slot receiver coming around, pulling the guard and tackle out in front. That's the fourth time we've run it with a little motion that time to give him a different look. And Walden's really good run after the flip, and he caught the ball 2 yards deep in the backfield and made 13 out of it.
Cobb, an empty backfield. He has 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. There's the snap. Looking
Another
down.
Screen out to the left.
That's to Pfizer. He's got it. He's across the 30, still moving forward across the 25, and is stopped before he gets to the 20-yard line. That's another Bruin first down.
The viewers that are watching, that had a chance to be a really big play. It wasn't. Andrew outran his offensive line. They went out to about the hash. Andrew ran out to about the number, so when he caught it, he was kind of naked out there. There was nobody in front of him. He wants to, you want him to pull that back and be about 5 yards, not as far out as he was, and it would have been a really big play.
Quick handoff there to Thomas. Makes it just back to the line of scrimmage. I think it'll be 2nd and 10.
That time, El Dorado got a little aggressive, shot a linebacker through, and nobody accounted for him, and he was able to get Nate before he got started, which is probably the way I'd want to attack Nate too. 2nd and 10.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 man in the backfield on his right side. Cobb shifts over to the right, doesn't see the defender. Okay, he got a nice block. He'll turn it upfield and slide right there at the 15-yard line. It's a 8-yard gain by the Bruins. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
You know, if PA advances out of this game, this is the 3rd week in a row. Brandon does a good job of sliding, but he slides too late.
Yes.
And so they still get to make contact, so he's not really even protected himself.
Yeah.
And they're not going to call it because he's sliding so late the defender doesn't have time to hold up.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right, goes to the left side. Wow, I wasn't sure that was going to come down, but that's Will Sabota with the catch.
Yeah, people see that and thought he throws a rainbow ball, but what he did was he threw it as soon as he saw him open instead of taking that extra step. So the ball floats a little bit, but it still gets there faster, so that's really a good throw by him.
Nice. 3 receivers to the right. He has the snap, rolling to the right side, looking, throws it, and let's see. I don't think so. I don't hear
no signal. Boy, that was from up here. You couldn't tell if he caught it, trapped it, and I guess he's not complaining, and the refs didn't even act like it was close. So, but from up here, it sure looked close.
Oh yeah, it did. I've always thought, people who design press boxes should. And I probably shouldn't say much because you probably helped pick this.
Well, that's because they don't make them like they. It almost but you couldn't see on that either.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's
maybe it should be concave. Is that what that would be?
Yeah. That was you remember that was the look of the glass last week. It was a little bit concave.
And it probably should because you're right. They could see the whole field. They could see the whole field. We could see. Yeah. Concave.
It was very interesting.
You may have come up with $1 billion idea.
Right. Just put a lens there so you can just look in the lens and see the whole field no matter where you're sitting.
Meanwhile, PA with a little play that doesn't make much, so now you're 3rd and goal at the 6-yard line.
7 minutes, 42 seconds left in the second quarter. 17 seconds left on the play clock.
PA doing a lot of shifting. Pre-snap shifting in motion.
It's like the 4th or 5th different play that they've done this. Passes to the right side. Wow! Batted down. Well done. That's Jacoby Shipp. Got up there and swatted that ball straight into the ground.
Andrew Pfizer had a touchdown for half a second.
Yeah.
And the young man came through, didn't give up on the play, swatted it down. And that's why we tell the receivers, not that Andrew didn't do it, he didn't have time, but we tell them as soon as that ball's in your hand, you tuck it immediately because if you catch it and hold it for a second, that's what happens sometimes.
Yep.
4th down and go. This is a huge play for El Dorado. Because this would be the second 4th down conversion, this one for a touchdown if PA makes it.
It's on the 6-yard line. There's the snap. It's the Homer's 4th down conversion attempt. Looking, still lots of time.
He's got forever.
Throwing it. Oh, wow.
Wide open.
Undefended.
Yeah, wide open. Brandon wishes he had that one back. He stood there for probably 7 seconds. The PA offensive line, magnificent job, but I'll guarantee you in Brandon's head, that clock was ticking back there, and he thought somebody was about to hit him.
Oh, yeah.
And he just overthrew a wide-open receiver. I didn't see who that was.
He was hearing footsteps no matter if they were there or not.
Who was that? Was that Will Manning?
I don't know. You could tell me it was anybody, and I'd go for it.
I couldn't see the number down there. But he had worked wide open. He had worked into a great spot, and And great job by El Dorado defense right there, playing coverage for that long.
No kidding. I think that was a bobbled snap there.
Yeah, it was. It was a low snap. It was on the ground. The quarterback tried to pick it up, and one of the PA defenders shot through, and then he just had to fall on it.
Yeah. Polk did a good job at least covering it up at that point.
If PA could get a safety here, that would make up for those two missed PAT or two missed 2-point conversions and give them an even 14.
Nate Olson gives us a couple of updates. Robinson 10, Southside Batesville 7 in the second.
I guess you can look at it how you want to. I'm not condemning El Dorado's play calling there. But, man, I did a study on teams that get the ball inside their own 5. First play is usually, a low percentage pass. They'll try to throw a bomb. And second play is usually a quarterback sneak or run up the middle, which is a wasted play that makes you 2 yards. What did you really get by the 2 yards? I mean,
nothing.
And and
unless what you needed was 1.5.
Right. Which on the 3, it's not going to be ever what you needed. So, but then you put yourself into a 3rd and 13, which is a tough situation. Probably be a little tunnel screen or another run, just to make 2 or 3 yards and get your punter off the back line. Almost a delay a game. There's a short screen.
Left side. Oh, it's incomplete. That one was intended for Jay Prince Robertson.
Yeah, I don't want to sound prophetic, but that was, based off what they did on second down, that was what they were going to do on third. It was another little tunnel screen. And now your punter's still in a bad situation. So, pretty much a good stop by El Dorado and kind of a wasted series because the net punt on something at this size, at this spot, because they're having to block longer, can't release. If PA were to put anybody back, the net punt on this thing's going to be 35 yards. They're going to get inside the 40.
Yeah, if they get a good bounce, maybe around the 50.
Yeah, and they got a decent bounce, and it is going to be around the 50, just like you said. That was prophetic of you. How about us predicting
that?
2 plays in a row. We were on it. That was good.
I'll take it.
And but still great field position for PA. That helps the cause a little bit for El Dorado that it went 10 more yards, man. Because if they get it inside the 40, you score almost 80% of the time when you acquire inside the 40. So, that's why I'm not big on that. Just running it up the middle, punting it out of there. Once you make a good goal line stop, you got to do something with that.
Well, Nate's given us all kinds of great. I can't really keep up with the score updates he's given us. Catholic 13, Mountain Home 0. That's in the first quarter. Shiloh 22, Hot Springs 0 in the first, and then Robinson now 14 to Southside Batesville's 10.
PA missing an offensive lineman, or somebody had to go out. One of the two had to run somebody in late. I'm not sure. I guess he got the play just now from the next door neighbor lineman. Empty set, tight bunch set. Looks like double crossing routes. Cobb has to scramble, throws it up. Nice job by, I don't think that's Pfizer. I can't see the number. No, Charlie Cotros did a nice job. He was covered up on the sideline on the left side on a little curl route. Brandon Cobb had to scramble out to the left, and Charlie took off down the field, and Brandon found him for a nice gain.
Cobb has an empty set, 3 receivers to the – it is 3 receivers to the right. I'm trying to find the 5th man.
He's probably on the other side of the quarterback.
Oh, I see him. You're right. I couldn't see him.
Kind of hidden from us.
I looked at the shadow, and I could see that. Oh, it was Cotros, and he was hit immediately.
That's the second time that they've blitzed Zalex Meeks, and he's the one that made the play on Nate down here on the goal line when he blitzed up the middle, and PA didn't pick it up again. Another nice play to put him in 2nd and 14.
They're on the 37-yard line. 5 minutes, 27 seconds left in the second quarter.
Another crucial drive, in my opinion, for El Dorado.
Same formation. Pass goes to the right side. It is complete to Connor Coldren. Turns it upfield.
Hang on to the football. He almost lost that football, it looked like, on a fumble. When he turned upfield, kind of got it a little away from his ribs, and a guy reached out for El Dorado right as he brought it back in.
Yeah, got it right back to the 34-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and 11. Just under 5 minutes remaining until halftime.
It seems like this passed by really fast. It
really has. Yeah.
Half's almost gone.
Has the snap, passes to the left side. It's complete to Pfizer, and he is stopped at the 25-yard line. They'll going to mark it at the 26. That'll bring up 4th down and 1 yard for the Bruins.
Interesting to see what they do right here. I would bet a little handoff to Chance off a quick snap. There's the quick snap. There's the little handoff.
Yep, there he goes. He picks up that Hounds Lounge first down off of a Homer's kitchen table 4th down conversion attempt.
Yeah, PA probably has an automatic there. If you end up in 4th and 1 off a pass, it's just going to be line up in a bunch set and hand it off up the middle.
Just to get the hat trick, that puts them inside the Caldwell Toyota red zone.
Another pre-shift
13 seconds on the play clock.
pre-snap shift, I should have said.
Quick handoff to McKendra.
Another El Dorado lineman bust through the line. And really, you know, the last few runs, they've done a good job of breaking through and getting the running back before they had any chance to do anything with it at all. And Chance darts to the left, looks up, there's a guy in his face, and gets him. He gets punished. El Dorado again, you know, really playing physical football and delivering some blows.
Ollie, stick around. I'm going to say hi to you here in just a moment. Cobb has the snap, passes to the right side. It is complete. That is, I think that's Pfizer with the catch. Yes, it is.
Yeah, Andrew Pfizer having another big night receiving the ball. He's made a number of first downs right there, though. A little short catch. Actually lost yards on the play.
Yeah, lost 2.
And now you're in a third and 14. It seems like El Dorado tightens their defense up when we get down here inside the red zone. They do.
It does feel that way.
Whatever they're doing down here, they might need to start that in the middle of the field.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Cobb now has 1 man on his left and right side from the shotgun. There's the snap. They spread out. He looks downfield. He throws it to the right side. That's Walden Culpepper, and he's forced out of bounds just at it looks like the 14-yard line.
Yeah.
So that's not enough for a first down, but that will bring up, puts them about 4th and 7.
Yeah, a little 6-yard gain there by Culpepper. That's just Brandon having to leave the pocket and finding somebody, and Culpepper out of the motion was just the safety valve, and he had to toss it down to him and kind of got lucky to make 6.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Has some time, throws it out there, and boy, flew over Culpepper's head, but almost picked off there by A.J. Gilmore.
You know, and Brandon's been throwing those. Basically, you had a little slant route. You had a little switch combo on the outside over there to make it tough on El Dorado to switch if they wanted to switch who they were guarding during the play, which is tough to do. A switch route's a great combo route. And he's been hitting that play all night long, and that time he just overthrew it.
Yep. Well, on our live fan feedback, one fan says, our preschooler is staying up, cheering on the Bruins from home with us. Say hi to Ollie. Well, hi, Ollie. Go Bruins.
And Ollie, if Ollie starts falling asleep, let's give him some caffeine and get him up.
I like it. I like it. Give him some hot chocolate.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice little pass to the flat for El Dorado. He gets up, and it looks like they're going to give him a first down for that.
Yeah, Ollie, go tell Mommy that Uncle Josh said you can have a Dr. Pepper.
Or a Pepsi. Coach.
Yeah.
Uncle Kevin said you could have a Pepsi.
That's it. There you go. Next thing you know, she'll be dropping him off over at Kid Champion.
Yeah. We'll work him out over there.
There you go. There's the snap to Polk, and just threw it right out in front. I don't think that Bratavian Brown was really as ready for that pass.
You know, that was a really nice play. It looked like what he was doing. He faked a pass to the left. He faked a run. The defender that was on the receiver out in the flat came up for the run, and he flipped it out to him. If he catches it, he's got a long ways to go. That was a nice little designed play. Just didn't execute it very well.
Polk has an empty set. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Pass is out there. It's complete to Cannon Jacobs. There's a flag on the play, and he did pick up what looks like about 2.5 yards, but let's see what that flag is.
That's going to be a holding, I think, by the receiver on the outside. When he started to run inside, and the receiver, when he cut out, the defender leaves to go to the outside.
Holding 17 on the offense.
And
10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay the down.
When you're the blocker and your defender jumps outside with that receiver, it's hard to get your hands off of him. And
Right.
that hand flies out, and it shows the ref, and then you got a holding call.
2 minutes, 16 seconds until halftime. Don't forget, stick around for the Akel's Carpet One halftime show. Jake McGill is going to come in and kind of run down some of the scores around the conference and do a little bracketology with us.
That was a big play because that puts PA in a position to maybe.
Oh, wow.
There's another clock stoppage. Now it's going to be 3rd and 17, and PA's looking to get the ball back. They're not looking to just stop El Dorado. They're looking to get the ball back, and get another score before halftime.
That was Cannon Jacobs, the intended receiver. Took a big hit there.
Yeah, good, nice play coming up, knocking the ball out and delivering a blow all at the same time.
Got one fan that says, "Go Bulldogs." Who's the Bulldogs?
Greenwood?
Greenwood. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Fayetteville?
If they're talking about Greenwood, they're not even playing tonight.
No. Go Bulldogs. They're going to the movies.
There you go. Polk has the snap.
Sprints out, has a man wide open.
Oh,
and he drops
man.
it. Wow.
Boy, I think he's probably still feeling that hit from the last play, and
Yeah.
he just looked upfield. He looked up before he even had it.
Yeah.
So, wow, that hurts. That's another one of those that he's going to think back and go, gosh, I
Yeah.
want that play back.
That's tough because they had a well-drawn-up play. They took the outside receiver and ran off the corner and the safety on a post route, wheeled him from the slot out into the flat and then up the sideline. He's wide open. Ball hits him between the numbers, and he drops it.
1 minute, 59 seconds left in the first half, And now El Dorado will punt it away.
He's not going to be happy with that punt. Coach Hill's not. You're looking at a 22-yard punt. So PA's going to get it on the 40-yard line with, a minute and 49. Actually, PA will take their time and try not to give it back with El Dorado with any time left.
Right.
And El Dorado had something going, that holding. Holdings are drive killers, and they got that holding, and that put them from, 2nd and 7 into 2nd and 17, and it was going to be tough after that, especially when you have a drop pass right after that.
Right. So it's 1st and 10 for the Bruins from, I almost said Greenwood, El Dorado's 40-yard line.
I don't know how much longer you can ask El Dorado's defense to stay up on these short fields and keep PA out of the end zone.
Right. Passes out there to the right side. It's incomplete. That was intended for Will Manning.
Will put his hands up, had a defender running right at him. Good pass. It went right between his arms with the defender coming to him. I'm not sure Will could see the football because he never closed his hands together.
Right. 2nd and 10, a minute 44 left.
Almost a quad set out here with,
Yeah.
with Katros in the slot.
Got 4 receivers right, 1 to the left. There's the snap. Little play action there to Katros. Passes out there. It's complete to Will Manning. Turns it upfield and is stopped at the – they're going to mark it at the 31-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd down and 1 yard to go.
Yeah, I think PA with – I don't think they'll just try to get a first down here. I think they'll try to get a chunk play, and then if they have to on 4th down, they'll do it.
3 receivers left, 2 to the right, an empty set for Cobb. Passes out there. Oh, wow, he slipped.
Well, he was open, and Brandon threw another errant ball, threw it a little bit behind him. He tried to stop and twist behind him and catch it, and feet slipped out from under it. Was that Sabota?
Yeah, that's William Sabota that was the intended receiver.
Yeah, Brandon's, he hit that throw 3 times early, and he's missed it the last 2 throws, one high, one behind. It's very uncharacteristic. He's usually a very accurate thrower.
My niece is now watching.
This is going to be a quarterback run to the right.
Sent me a text to say she's watching. That's great. Cobb's going to keep this one straight up the middle. Wow.
Yeah, that was going to be an easy play. They walked up. They had a 3-man front, walked up the linebacker to Cobb's left and left a gap open to the right, and PA's always going to take advantage of that on 4th and short.
Clock's still running. It's 1:03 left in the half. Bruins lead 12-0. Has an empty set this time from the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Has the snap, looking downfield, throws it out there. Oh, and it's picked off, and he's going. Cobb might be able to intercept him.
Brandon looks like he's making ground on him.
Oh,
but
no.
He runs
that is a pick 6.
Was that number 7, A.J. Gilmore? Or was that
was.
1? Okay.
Yeah, that's A.J. Gilmore.
Wow. Cobb, we had a little route out into the flat out there. It looked like another possible screen pass, and Mr. Gilmore read that and jumped right in front of the receiver because the pass was on the money. He jumps right in front of him, picks it off, and you've got about a 75-yard interception. Talk about a swing of the momentum.
Oh, yeah.
PA's looking to go up 19-0. Instead, you've got a 12-7 game. Wow, that was a huge play.
Extra points good. Yeah, 12-7. 42 seconds left in the first half.
In a half that seems like PA has absolutely dominated. They're up 5 points with 42 seconds left. I mean, I would still rather be PA, don't get me wrong. But if you're El Dorado right now, you're like, we've done nothing on offense, and we're only down 5 points to a PA team that's one of the last 19 state championships.
Well,
it seems like.
Yeah, and let the defense score.
Yeah, the defense scored, and that's what it takes to beat a team like PA.
Sure.
Especially to beat them on this field, where last week they lost that, or the week before last they lost that home winning streak. We hadn't lost at home in 10 years, but now you've lost once in 10 years at home. They're tough to beat. You've got to have things like that if you're El Dorado. And man, I'm gonna tell you, if they can hold PA for these last 42 seconds. They go into the locker room. I've been there before, where you just feel like you haven't done anything right, and now all of a sudden you got a little spark.
Yeah.
You got a little energy going in, and you'll come out with a little energy. However, if PA turns that, goes that final 19 yards, it's a whole nother ball game. It's 19-0, and you're not feeling very good.
Well, 42 seconds left. The Bruins can still do something with that. So.
Yeah, it's still plenty of time for PA, and we'll see what happens on this return. I'm interested to see, will they kick it deep? Will they squib kick it?
Right.
I know they're not going to onside, but I don't know that I'd kick it deep to these guys and let PA have a chance to run it back and get good field position.
That's Cooper Henry out to kick off, and he's got the ball teed up in a traditional manner. He's going to walk off the traditional steps. How many steps is that? Is it the same for everyone?
No, it's not. It's they try to measure it off where they can run their little run and be a perfect plant.
Got it. Wow, and the band got loud right there. I like it.
Catches it on the 9-yard line. Is that Culpepper?
It is.
Catches it on the 9, returns it up to 23. Good job by El Dorado. They will give PA the ball on the 23 and be happy that it's there. So 37, because you took 5 seconds off the clock, 37 seconds left to go 77 yards. Or kick a field goal, because we know John Stephen Goodwin's not afraid to kick one.
He's got it. He's got the leg for it.
And he had a game winner
yes, he did.
Earlier this year. 40-something yards.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I was thinking that pick six is probably the first one against PA that I've seen at least this year.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's another first that we had, was a game-winning field goal against the team from Mississippi,
it's
the
been
MRA.
Since 1996 since PA had a game-winning field goal.
Wow.
It was against Shiloh Christian, I think it was, to beat them 9-6.
Well, if there's a better team to beat, I don't know who there is, but sorry, sorry, not sorry.
Well, PA's defense has done a magnificent job, held El Dorado to 0 points on offense. And then now the PA offense needs to do what they've shown that they can do year after year, and that's punch one in right here, or at least get down. Man, if you could get a field goal out of this, and that's not what they're thinking. They're thinking touchdown. This is plenty of time for a PA team that has all 3 timeouts left, knows how to use the field, knows how to work it. And if they could go down here and answer that score with any score, but especially a touchdown, all of a sudden you take all the life and momentum back.
Well, this one fan said something I just got to read to you, Coach. The first onside kick gave me flashbacks to Helena, West Helena from 2008. So that fan's going back a minute. And then they also said needed that defensive back to pull a Carlton Letting.
I don't know who that is, but Carlton was in Kid Champion with his kids at birthday party 2 weeks ago, and we discussed that very play that he's talking about. Carlton looked like he had a 100-yard interception return until the ball fumbled out of his arms and down a wet or whatever. So
Well, since PA's going to call another timeout, let's go find some other. Got plenty of live fan feedback here.
Let me take that back. Carlton intercepted the ball and tripped over his own feet.
Oh, there you go.
So he was going to give give Gilmore the interception, just wanted him to fall down.
This one says, cheering on number 65, Swift Feet Crabtree from Colorado. Go Bruins. Another fan says, let's go Wildcats. That's Jace Owens. Thanks for joining us. Waltons in Rogers are watching. They said, nice to hear Coach Kelly. Go Bruins.
Mr. Walton's one of my all-time favorites. He's been a PA Bruin fan forever and ever, always a Shiloh Christian fan as well, and had grandkids at both, I think, and has always kept up with them.
Fantastic. All right, let's go back to the field. Cobb has an empty set. His receivers spread all the way across, 3 left, 2 to the right, passes out there, and it's intercepted again by the same person.
And he dropped it. Well, oh, my goodness. He had another pick six. Again, A.J. Gilmore with the pick. He's running back, runs 5 yards. He's got a clear touchdown to take the lead and drop the ball. Nobody around.
Wow.
So at one hand, you're like lucky and unlucky. PA, both sides were lucky on that play.
I saw him sitting back, kind of timing it just right, watching it, and ran up.
I would hesitate throwing to that kid's side.
Oh, no
If you hesitate, he's all over it.
Another timeout.
Pulaski Academy.
Oh, no. Both sides are just kicking themselves.
Oh, yeah.
PA for throwing the pick because they wanted to get a score, and then when he picked it, he was gone.
Yeah.
He made a nice
There
move
was
on the
nobody
receiver,
there.
and as we saw, he's got a little speed.
Oh, my gosh.
Great play. I actually feel sorry for him that he dropped it because he's going to wish he had that one back if they don't score right here. Either way, he's going to wish because he wants 2 pick sixes in one game.
Oh, well, he's got them.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got 2 picks at least.
He would have been the leading touchdown producer in the game with 2 touchdowns so far.
That's true.
If you look
That's
at it
crazy,
like that.
but that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Another fan says, go Bulldogs. That one's fun. Let's see. Rawl from Saginaw, Michigan. He's a PA and Dr. Pepper fan. All right, Rawl. Thanks for joining us.
I'm glad you're one of those. Not the other one. El Dorado in a trip set to the right. Blitz off the edge.
Under
Quarterback gets
pressure.
out of it, but doesn't get out of that.
Wow.
That's a sophomore quarterback doing his best, but that's what he did a great job spinning out of the blitz, untouched off the edge. And then instead of getting away where he was out of the pocket and throwing it out of bounds, he decides to try to make a play out of it, ends up losing 7 extra yards.
Yep.
He would have been better off being sacked by the first defender.
Sure. 13 seconds left, and looks like the Bruins called their timeout. They have one
Please
left.
put 14 seconds on the game clock. 1-4. Thank you.
14 seconds on the game clock, so now the Bruins have one timeout left. And, I'm sorry, that wasn't the Bruins that called that one. It was the Wildcats.
Both fan bases got to be really happy with their defense. If you'd have told me there's going to be 19 points put up in the first half total,
yeah,
I'd have said no way.
That's crazy.
And they've stopped PA three times down there inside the 25-yard line. El Dorado has, and PA, of course, was pitching a shutout on defense. And there you are with 14 seconds left in the half. So anxious to see what's going to happen right here. If El Dorado now goes, you know what, we're just going to be glad it's 12-7, or if they're going to try to fire something deep.
Let's see. Here's Polk in the shotgun.
They
He has
better
an
block
empty
Peyton
set.
Adams. And they did not block
Peyton's
Peyton
coming.
Adams.
Oh, and he took a shot just there at the end, and I thought it was going to be caught by one of the Bruins, but it was batted away.
He did take a shot, that quarterback.
Yeah,
did.
he did.
Stood in there. Peyton Adams was coming off the edge. Another linebacker. I didn't see who was
I
coming
didn't
around
either, but
him.
it wasn't Peyton that hit him first. It was the other one.
I think Peyton was going to, and the other guy beat him to it.
Yeah.
But, man, they didn't block either one of those guys effectively.
I think it was this one here on the end. Oh, that's Caden Nash.
Okay,
so
maybe
that would
it
make
was
sense. Caden is a
Ineligible downfield. Number 13 on the offense. Penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay the down.
Credit to Mitchell
wow.
Polk. He's still in the game.
Yeah.
It's slow getting up. He was sacked for about a 10-yard loss, and then he got just plastered
Just
right
a
there
hell of a
right
hit.
after he threw
Yeah.
the ball, and he's getting up and still going. I can see why they like the young man.
Caden Nash out there on that right side of the defensive line. He's
I'll
just
bet
a
you
beast.
see a little flip out here to number 3 on this one and just see if he could run through people. That's what I would do. He looks like he's got a better chance than completing a 50-yard pass.
Yep. Nope, they're going to go to the right
Unless they
side.
do that.
And that one is batted away by the Bruins as well.
1 second left.
Trying to see who. Yeah, that is number 20 for the Bruins that knocked that away. That's Joshua Roten.
Watch when they line up. PA's playing 25 yards off, which they, probably should do. And number 3 out here on the left, I would be leery about him. Just flipping it out to him and look at all that open space. If he makes 1 or 2 guys miss, he's got a chance.
Right. Especially if they were to do it while everybody's milling around like this.
Yeah.
Just reach down, pick it up, go.
Right now, you just send the inside receiver to block Nash, and 3's out here with all that field. And I know there's only 1 second left. Well,
Nope.
they're doing it the other side, trying to give. And
Give it
saw
to
a
Cannon
helmet
Jacobs.
flying out of there.
Yep.
I thought it was the ball for a second. I'm wondering why nobody's trying to scoop and score.
Right.
But it was a helmet flying off. What they were trying to do, Josh, is that's the young man that dropped the ball a while ago.
Right.
They're just trying to give him a catch before he goes in at halftime. Look, we're going to need you.
Yeah.
You got one now under
Just
your
kind
belt.
of wipe the slate.
Yeah, the drops are gone. You
Yeah.
caught a pass, and now we're going to need you in the second half.
Well, that will bring us to halftime. Let's. I've got lots of feedback to read, but I'll get to those later. Do want to say hello to Ben at Jim's Vac Shop. He says, "Go Cats, go!" Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll take a short break, and we'll be back with the Ackles Carpet One halftime show here in just a moment.
At Caldwell Toyota, they are passionate about helping drivers find the vehicle that's right for them for the most affordable prices possible. That's why they carry such a large selection of new Toyota models, because whether you're looking for something sporty, efficient, versatile, family-friendly, rugged, or all of the above, they are confident they have a new Toyota model to meet all of your needs and then some. Visit them online at caldwelltoyota.com. At Akel's Carpet One, they can get it for you at wholesale. That's not just a slogan at Akel's Carpet One, it's their real money-saving story. You can get the lowest prices on carpets, floors, and real wood cabinets. They have nationwide buying power, low overhead, and local ownership that make all of this possible. Don't shop at the home centers or online when you can shop local and get the best wholesale prices. At Akel's Carpet One, we make it beautiful for less. AkelsCarpet1.com. At Akel's Carpet One, they can get it for you at wholesale. That's not just a slogan at Akel's Carpet One, it's their real money-saving story. You can get the lowest prices on carpets, floors, and real wood cabinets. They have nationwide buying power, low overhead, and local ownership that make all of this possible. Don't shop at the home centers or online when you can shop local and get the best wholesale prices. At Akel's Carpet One, we make it beautiful for less. AkelsCarpet1.com. Ron Jones and Charlotte Emery offer you a combined 40 years of real estate experience for all of your residential or commercial needs, whether you're buying or selling. Ron Jones RE/MAX Affiliates Realty is standing by to take your call and schedule a market survey or consultation at your convenience. They have the expertise to navigate the current market conditions to your benefit. You can rely on their experienced realtors to get the results you need. For listings or more information, call 501-416-3658 or visit them online at ronjonesrealtor.com. Hug & Haul Equipment Company is the answer to your industrial and construction equipment needs. They can help you with sales, rental, parts, and service. With full-service locations serving Arkansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Missouri, and Texas, they take ownership of each customer's needs and will work to ensure your demands are met. You can trust Hug & Haul for all your construction, industrial, aerial, material handling, and light equipment needs. Please join us in congratulating the Bowen Heffley Orthopedic Student Athlete of the Week, Caroline Skurlock. Caroline is a solid student and an engaged, responsible member of her school community. She gives her all in everything she does. She leads by example, always following rules, encouraging others, and putting forth her best effort. Caroline is respected by her peers, teachers, coaches, and mentors for approaching her responsibilities with positivity, enthusiasm, and passion. Congratulations to Caroline Skurlock, the Student Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Bowen Heffley Orthopedic. Visit them online at bowenheffleyortho.com. This Friday Night Spotlight is brought to you by Caldwell Toyota. Pulaski Academy would like you to join us in recognizing our core value Student of the Week, Jamie Ntuako. Jamie epitomizes hard work and dedication. Whether it be on the tennis court or in the classroom, she strives for excellence. Her leadership led the Lady Bruins to 4 consecutive state championships while maintaining a rigorous course load and significant involvement in extracurricular activities. Congratulations to Jamie Ntuako for being named our Core Value Student of the Week. Our Core Value Student of the Week is brought to you by Caldwell Toyota. Just another way Caldwell cares. Central Arkansas Mahindra can provide you with the latest and best in outdoor power products to make your outdoor living more enjoyable. Combine this wide array of selections with their friendly and knowledgeable staff, and we're convinced they will become your only stop for all of your outdoor power needs. They're happy to help you find either the perfect outdoor power equipment, service, or the parts you've been looking for. Check out their inventory of Mahindra, Ferris, and Husqvarna equipment. If you need help in making your selection, call or just stop in. They're always ready to help. Visit them online at centralarkansasmahindra.com. You know that Crown Trophy of Little Rock has every type of award to recognize athletes, students, and even co-workers. But more than that, Crown Trophy can customize drinkware, badges, and even rings. Whether you have people working for you or working hard on your team, show them your appreciation by recognizing them with something special from Crown Trophy of Little Rock. Visit them online at crowntrophy.com.
All right, welcome to the Ackles Carpet One halftime show. Bruins lead this game 12-7. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath.
Yeah,
I
those stairs are
ran,
heavy.
I'm telling you, I ran up them too. So let's see. Well, joining me in the booth now is Jake McGill, and known Jake for, I don't know, about a year and a half now, I guess.
2 years
2
almost,
years,
yeah.
So I really am out of shape.
Yeah. So I'm going to go over some of the halftime scores.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Tell us what's going on around the conference.
So right now, it's halftime in every single game. Obviously, here at PA, it is 12 to PA and 7 to El Dorado. The Catholic Mountain Home is 13 Catholic, 14 Mountain Home. Greenbrier is winning versus Searcy 28-7 at halftime. And then West Memphis is losing to Van Buren 17 to 27. And Van Buren just scored with a minute left in first half. So pretty good games all over the place,
right?
Minus Greenbrier Searcy. But Searcy's had 3 turnovers in the first half.
Wow.
Which has really made a difference. The Catholic Mountain Home one, the main reason why it's not tied is because Catholic's first PAT was blocked.
Oh, yeah.
And then they missed a field goal with about a minute left.
Sure.
So then Mountain Home started driving down, got to about the 40 and punted it. And time just goes away at that point.
Yeah.
Searcy has 3 turnovers, like I said. And those 3 turnovers have been very costly. Same with Mountain Home. So they had 1 turnover in in Catholic's end zone. They were about to score through pick. And they had another turnover. They fumbled it on the 5-yard line.
Oh.
So the Catholics got the ball, threw one pass. I think it was a passing interference, and then just did QB sneak for a touchdown.
Right.
So every game has been really good, honestly.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, Mountain Home is running it down Catholic's throat.
Right.
Every single game. Every single play.
Yeah, they keep getting updates, of course, from Nate Olson with Scorebook Live, and he's telling us, you can get all those scores, these and more at sblive.com/Arkansas.
Yes.
And so, watching there, of course, and then getting some updates also from around the state. I want to know, how do you know about all the picks and everything? Are you watching these as well?
So I am watching them. I have 4 games on my computer back here.
Nice.
So I'm doing scoreboard, and I'm also watching every single game going on right
Okay.
now. I've also been turning on some of the 7-8 games. We won't talk about those.
Sure.
But none of those are as...
We'll watch those next year.
Exactly.
When we go to 7-8.
Exactly. Those games are pretty fun. All these games are really close and just a hard-fought game.
Right.
The Greenbrier Van Buren score at the end of first quarter was 3-0 West Memphis.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a very... No one could score, and then floodgates opened. It was...
Gosh.
It just passing started happening, and
yeah,
everyone just got to move the ball so fast.
I bet. So what does this play out? I mean, does this make anything different for? I mean, the Bruins. It doesn't matter because
yeah. So everyone's going.
Marion has a bye this week. Is that right?
That is correct. So
yeah.
Everyone that I just listed is going to somewhere. So the winner of Greenbrier and Searcy is going to Benton. Right now, it looks like Greenbrier.
Okay.
The West Memphis Van Buren game is going to Little Rock Christian.
Okay.
It kind of looks like Van Buren's probably going to win it.
Okay.
But West Memphis hasn't looked bad at all. They had
right.
one costly turnover, and then other than that, that's about it. It's a one-score.
And that's one of the things people ask me. They're like, well, how's Marion look? And I know we just had a fan that just wrote in that says, watching from Marion. See y'all next week. Well, that's, don't want to jump the gun there, but, I mean, the Wildcats could pull this off still. So this game is very close and still and not over for sure. It's only a 5-point game right now. But
it is.
So, it's one of those things, though. It's like you want to look ahead, but at the same time, don't do that. You still got another 2 hours of football or an hour and a half or whatever, and you don't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Exactly.
And so that's why I was looking at. So Marion has a bye. So whoever wins this one is going to Marion.
Correct.
And then I know Greenwood. I'm thinking about the bracket. So just above us, and just above Marion, you've got Greenwood, and then what's that other team that's right there?
Catholic and Mountain Home.
So Catholic versus Mountain Home, and the winner of that one will play Greenwood.
Correct.
At Greenwood.
Yes.
Okay.
And honestly, right now, if Catholic can stop the run, Catholic should win.
Yeah.
If they can't stop the run, I see no reason why Mountain Home just doesn't run the ball 95% of the plays.
Well, and that's a lot of times what they do anyway.
Exactly.
They're a very smash mouth kind of team for the most part. I mean, they can air it out, but they like to run it more than anything.
Yeah. And I mean, as someone who went to Catholic, we have always been small.
Right.
Especially up the middle. And Catholic's defense this year is very the kids are average size probably for Catholic, but that's small for a lot of teams here.
So passing the ball is probably their forte right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Passing is usually their forte.
Okay.
Especially on defense. Their defensive backs are probably the star of the team.
So who's at the top of the bracket that we haven't even looked at yet?
Benton.
Okay.
It's Benton, and then the two teams playing right now is Greenbrier and Searcy.
So Greenbrier or Searcy faces Benton.
Yes, and right now it's 28-7 at halftime for Greenbrier.
Greenbrier leads that one.
Yes.
Okay.
And they just Searcy looks.
That's where we get. And people ask me, this is the thought I started to say earlier talking about Marion, but it's the same thing with Searcy because Greenbrier is in the west, Searcy's in the east, and Pulaski Academy in the west, Marion in the east. And people ask, well, how's Marion? I mean, they're number 2, so can we get past them? I'm like, it's hard to say. Traditionally, now I'm not going to say this as a blanket statement, so don't come at me, everybody. But traditionally, I think you could probably concede that the West Conference has been more difficult and more competitive than the East. Yeah. And so you look at, number 2 in the East. Well, sure, they got to be good. They have to be some kind of good. Absolutely.
At this point, every single team you're playing is good.
Yeah.
It's playoffs.
Well, that's true. Yeah, and especially the deeper you get into it.
Yes.
So, you look at teams like Marion, you look at teams like Searcy, I don't, Greenbrier versus Searcy. Greenbrier's a good team, but when we played Greenbrier this year, it was okay.
Yeah.
And they're a good team, but and so it's really hard to compare or take anything out of it to say, okay, well, if Greenbrier can beat them, we can beat them. I don't know about that.
That's not. You would think that's how it works. It never works like that.
Right.
That's why you have to play the game.
That's why,
pregame,
you're absolutely right.
Saying it again, you have to play the game.
So really, when you think about it, the seeding, it really doesn't mean anything. The placement in the bracket, it doesn't mean anything. It's just the fact that you got into the bracket. Now you prove the point.
Exactly.
And you prove it every single week.
Yes.
Not okay, well, we did it this week. And we're done. No, nothing like that. It's yeah.
Same with people looking ahead of Marion. We're winning by 5 to El Dorado. We were up 12 with
12-0. Yeah.
12-0 with 8 minutes left on the ball at the 5.
Yeah.
And then we didn't score.
Yeah. Pick 6. That's it.
And then a pick 6 and another pick and a fumble.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one.
Honestly,
game.
they don't. If he didn't fumble that ball, they would have had a 2-point lead right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is exactly my point. That you can't look ahead.
You can't even next play. You can't even look ahead to the next play.
Yes, because we were trying to score. There's a minute 10 left.
Right.
And we're like, okay, well, we have the ball at the 25. Let's try to get down there and kick a field goal instead of a 5-point game. Let's make it a 8-point game. That can't work anymore.
Let's take a look. We've got a lot of messages from our Ron Jones Remax Affiliates Realty Live fan feedback. So let's take a look at some of these. Let's see. Some of them I've already read. I did read this one. Ben from Jim's Vac Shop says, "Go Cats, go." Let's see. Another one says, "Let's go Cats, class of '92." That's Anthony Jenkins. Good luck Bruins, and our favorite linebacker, number 9, Caden Nash. Love Pop and Mama. I'll tell you, Caden is a hard-working kid, and we've already seen him make some serious plays on defense tonight.
It feels like he's just everywhere on the field.
Well, he is, and the thing about Caden is, and I've said this in years past about other players, but he is at least a dual sport athlete. I don't know if he plays any others, but I know he plays football and he's a wrestler. And he's an incredible wrestler. He only came onto the team like 2 years ago, and he started, just kind of learning the sport. And some kids come, to the first couple of practices, and then they just kind of, fade
it's a
off.
second thought.
Yeah, it's just a thing that's just like, not my thing.
Yeah.
But no, he's in there, he's working it, and it shows. And so I think this wrestling season, he's going to be another one to watch.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of NFL players, NFL linemen specifically, that go to wrestling because wrestling is big on hand placement.
Yes.
You think about the trenches. Every single play is who can get the hands inside, who can be the lowest. That's all wrestling is.
Well, and if you think back a few years ago, you may not remember this one, but a few years ago we had a linebacker named Fuda Shinkawa.
I do remember Fuda.
Okay, well, so Fuda, freaky fast Fuda, as I used to call him. But he was also a wrestler, and what was funny to me is almost every single tackle, you could see that as a two-leg takedown.
Yes.
He's just down there getting low, pulling up both legs, and boom, straight down. And so it's almost a wrestling move every single time. And so that's the kind of thing I watch for. Now, I haven't seen that come out of Caden, but I'm sure that, the athleticism, you just add it together, and it just builds. And so that's, one of the things. And I've forgotten, but we had a gentleman that I'd asked to come up for halftime tonight, but I hadn't seen him tonight. But they have now at Pulaski Academy a youth club that they just started this year. And it's one thing that they've been kind of trying to do. And I know years ago when Bruce Dickey was the coach here, he had kind of talked about that, and he did a little bit with the middle schoolers, and he would come and kind of show them some wrestling moves and just try to spark an interest. But now they've got, they had almost, I think it was like 30 some odd kids in our wrestling room.
Oh my gosh.
All working out, learning wrestling.
That's a lot.
And it's all because there's a dad that moved in here, and he's got Christina. Can you remind me what's their last name? Gaba, wasn't it? Yeah, Coach Gaba was his name, and so he's leading that up right now, and he's got all kids from junior high down to middle school in this Pulaski Academy club team, learning wrestling, and that's just going to help out not just in wrestling, but of course football as well.
That's awesome. If you talk to any college coach for any sport, their first thing they're looking at is grades, obviously, but next thing they're looking at is they're trying to see if they played another sport, because that shows aggressive. So one of the most famous baseball players right now is Sweeney. He's a shortstop for the Cubs. He played football in high school. That's how he got recruited to Vanderbilt, because he said, coach said, hey, you can play baseball, cool, but you can also show grit. You're a linebacker.
Yes.
You can learn how to get hit and get back up every single play. And that's what people are looking for.
We've got another one, Thomas Gamble. He plays. He played baseball, and he's wrestling, and I think he's kind of drifted more toward wrestling than baseball, and that's his thing. It's just great to see some of these kids just kind of take off on these other sports that really kind of broaden their capability and their athleticism.
Absolutely.
I love that. All right, let's see. From Chris Shields, he says, "Go Blue! Great broadcast tonight. Coach Kelly's knowledge of the game, communication skills, making for very insightful informative account of the game. Love that he's up in the booth. Josh, you're doing great too. Thanks, Chris. I'm an afterthought. I love it.
Right.
I like it. Thank you so much." Adidas America, watching the Bruins start their playoff run. Let's go Bruins. Thank you, Adidas America. We're proud to be I think about the term that you always use is 3-stripe or 2-stripe. I got to remember.
3 stripes.
3-stripe. Yeah, the 3-stripe club. Or
Yep.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not saying it right, but 3-stripe community. That's what he calls it. Yeah. Another fan says, "Go Wildcats." All right. Watching Marion, Arkansas. See y'all next week. All right.
Here we go.
See somebody. It might not be us.
Hopefully.
Can't wait to see PA next week in the M-Town. M-Town.
M-Town. I like that. I'm actually using that.
I don't want to jump the gun there. You might get to see the Wildcats in M-Town. Let's see. Now we can't wait to see El Dorado win and play Marion. No, only what? Okay. Yeah. You, sir, get blocked. Just as a reminder, folks, I do have the capability, courtesy of a very great group of people that gave me access to reverse lookup phone numbers. So
awesome.
If you send us anything that is threatening or SA or anything of that nature, we will come at you.
There we go.
Legally. So Russell Burke, thanks so much for your words. And no, you're gone.
So, Josh, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What is the biggest takeaway you got from the first half of this game?
The first half of the game was defense. It was a defense powerhouse on both sides of the ball. You know, I'm very impressed with the way that the Bruins have played. I'm not as impressed with, you know, the offensive side. They did fine. They did okay. They got 12 points on the board. There's nothing to complain about, but you know, it's still a little bit sloppy for this far in the season, in my opinion. You know, one of the things that I'm seeing is they need to really kind of tighten down the screws a little bit. But the defense on both sides of the ball, forget it. It's just been so much fun to watch.
It has been, honestly. Everyone is just flying. Everyone, you can feel the energy from each side of the stands. The El Dorado side of the stands is absolutely packed. It's probably one of the biggest ones I've seen at PA. I know I haven't been to many games, but it's really packed. Fans are loud for both teams. Everyone's having a great time out here.
Yeah, they are. There's a huge crowd from PA, of course, and it's you know, it's a nice. It's still not bad out there. It's 52 degrees, so it's a jacket and a blanket. You know, kind of go get you a cup of coffee or some hot chocolate from the concession stand.
Yes.
You know, I know that Vince has got some hot chocolate going back there at Vince's Grill. I should have told you about that. Yeah, you can go down there and get some hot chocolate from Vince. That's some good stuff now.
I plan on it now. And don't you told me? I'm so excited. I'm one of the biggest hot chocolate fans in the world, I'm pretty sure.
This one is for Patton Wicker. They say, "Go Bruins, your family in New Orleans is so proud of you." This one says, "Can't wait to see PA and Greenwood in the semis." Now, that's a big jump.
That's a long way away.
That's a long way out.
We still have 12 minutes of football on both sides.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, times two.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got about 24 minutes of football there.
Oh, my God.
But, yeah, I mean, and not only that, but you've got, what is that? No, I guess the winner between whoever and Marion goes to Greenwood, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's 2 weeks out.
36 minutes of football.
Whew.
It's a lot.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Hang in there, Wildcats, from one fan. Go Cats, go, from EHS class of 92. And another one says, go Purple El Dorado. Let me say this right. Go Purple El Dorado Wildcat. I keep saying El Dorado. I'm sorry. I'm a choir nerd. I was taught to say El Dorado. It's El Dorado. I'm sorry.
You got to learn Arkansas.
I know. I had to learn that it's not Circe.
It's not Circe.
No, it's not Circe, and it's not Alma.
It's not Alma.
It's Alma, Circe, and El Dorado.
El Dorado.
Gosh dang it.
Josh, I'm going to give this headset back over to Coach Kelly.
All right, well, we got just under about 3 minutes left before kickoff. So, Jake, thanks so much. And this will wrap up our Ankles Carpet One halftime show. We're going to take another break. We'll be back with more Bruin football here in just a minute.
At Ankles Carpet One, they can get it for you at wholesale. That's not just a slogan at Ankles Carpet One, it's their real money-saving story. You can get the lowest prices on carpets, floors, and real wood cabinets. They have nationwide buying power, low overhead, and local ownership that make all of this possible. Don't shop at the home centers or online when you can shop local and get the best wholesale prices. At Ankles Carpet One, we make it beautiful for less. AnklesCarpet1.com. At Caldwell Toyota, they are passionate about helping drivers find the vehicle that's right for them for the most affordable prices possible. That's why they carry such a large selection of new Toyota models, because whether you're looking for something sporty, efficient, versatile, family-friendly, rugged, or all of the above, they are confident they have a new Toyota model to meet all of your needs and then some. Visit them online at CaldwellToyota.com. You know that Crown Trophy of Little Rock has every type of award to recognize athletes, students, and even co-workers. But more than that, Crown Trophy can customize drinkware, badges, and even rings. Whether you have people working for you or working hard on your team, show them your appreciation by recognizing them with something special from
PA
Crown
lines
Trophy
up,
of Little Rock.
Onside kick.
Visit them online at crowntrophy.com.
Be a good way to start for PA if they could recover this. Be a good way for El Dorado if they set up another return like they did the other time.
Nice little. Oh, it's going to. Oh, get it. Oh, he lost it again. Hang on to it. No, he knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, it went out of bounds. Nobody recovered it. Finally,
Man.
3 PA guys had a chance to recover that, and clean chance to recover it on a great kick, and nobody could come away with it, which just goes to show how hard it is to recover an onside kick for the receiving team or the kickoff team, because the ball's, it's not like a basketball. You can't predict where it's going to go. When it hits, it might bounce anywhere.
Well, thanks again to Jake McGill for jumping in for that Eccles Carpet One halftime show.
Anxious to see how they come out. Both teams a little lucky and unlucky in that first half at the end of it when he picked off the ball. Mr. Gilmore picked off the ball and had a chance to run it back but dropped it. And then it kind of went null after that.
Oh, wow. Batted down. He wanted to catch that one. Yeah, we're both looking down to see who that
was. That Jake Fuller? Yeah, it was. Jake Fuller had a chance to pick it off and have his own pick six, and he batted it down with one hand instead of picking it off. I think he realized after he jumped it how good a jump he got on the ball.
Actually, that's a little too much, yeah.
So little trip set out there by El Dorado, looking a little PA-ish. You got illegal motion by the running back, number 5, Bratavian Brown. Just a little bit of a jump, and he's coming out quickly. So they replace him with number 13, Thomas Smith, after the mistake. And right now, El Dorado's offense not really firing like they want to be. It's hard for them to overcome a 5-yard penalty. So to put it at 2nd and 15 for those guys. Going to have a trip set out to the right. The running back is Thomas Smith.
Yep. You got a single man over on the left side. A lot of shifting on the Bruin side. Has the snap.
Blitz. Somebody's uncovered. Throw it up.
Oh,
number 10 is
wow,
there.
He's got it. Jay Prince Robertson with a touchdown. Don't see any flags. That is a touchdown.
PA brought a blitz and left.
Oh, there's a flag.
I think that's going to be a celebration penalty, possibly.
Yeah.
You look like half of El Dorado's sideline came out onto the field.
It could just be a sideline warning at this point. You know, that's
what you usually get on the first one of those.
Well, and here's the thing about, we've heard this before, especially from most recently I heard it from Greenwood, is that, PA does have a very thin sideline.
Oh, it's a tight sideline.
On both sides of the field.
We're lucky we're grandfathered in, because the new rules, if you build a stadium, they require you to have more than that.
Sure. And let's see. They're going to come over here and talk to Coach about it, so maybe it is more than just a sideline warning.
I don't know.
I can't see why they would talk to him about it if that were the case.
He may have been motioning them over, and sometimes the white hat will do him the justice of going down. Either way, they're counting the touchdown, it looks like, because they're putting the ball down where the PAT would be snapped from. So I think that's going to be the case. And then, somewhere missed in all that, PA brings a blitz. They blitz 2 linebackers. They got 6 guys coming. El Dorado didn't pick it up.
Touchdown run. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the El Dorado bench, number 4 coming onto the field.
Oh.
That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the try. The touchdown counts.
Oh, wow, on the try.
Well, that's what they were asking Coach Lucas about, if he wanted to take it on the try or on the kickoff. And he wants this to be a 1-point game instead of a 2-point game.
Interesting.
And,
okay.
So now you're looking at a 35-yard instead of a 20-yard PAT. You're looking at a 35-yard PAT.
Wow. Still doable.
Yeah, still very doable. And,
Yeah.
we're going to see. The hindsight of this one's going to be beautiful. If he makes it, you're going, well, Coach Lucas, you could have had that on the kickoff. If he misses it, you're going to be genius. That's a point. Either way, really, it's just a personal decision.
Sure.
And in a close game right now, you're thinking every point matters.
And I think, they did call a time. Looks like the Wildcats called a timeout.
Now that is surprising because, in a tight game, you might need those timeouts at the end of the game.
Right.
You don't want to do that. You're going to kick the PAT.
Right.
And so there's really nothing to huddle up about. They had their offense possibly to go for 2 right there to put them up 3. Their offense walked back, and the PAT team was not out there. And I think that's why Coach Lucas took the penalty, because they were going to go for 2.
Oh.
And so he's like, we're not going to make darn sure they don't go for 2.
Right.
And this really could be a 2-point play instead of a 1-point play, because if they miss this, they didn't go for 2 and miss this. So I think that was a great decision by Coach with what was going on.
Here's Cooper Henry. I think that went right.
It did.
It
Wide
did.
right again.
Yeah.
I mean, plenty of leg.
Yes.
Nice high kick, easily over the defensive line's outstretched arms, and just missed it a little bit to the right. That's both the kicks he's missed tonight have missed to the right.
Yeah.
18 seconds into the half. And again, what we missed was the quarterback who got just hammered right at the end of the half.
Right.
Remember when
Yes.
he looked like Nash came off the edge and just blindsided him.
Yeah.
Stands there amidst a blitz right in his face and throws a beautiful go ball
Right.
to Roberson, who then just does the rest. Kind of bobbled it. Looked like he might drop it.
Yes.
I think that quarterback might have gone down there and put him in a leg hold or something. If he after
You're
18
right.
dropped that one on the sideline for a long first down, and that one, I think that he may have come unglued. It's like, look, guys, I'm standing here taking a beating. All you got to do is catch a wide open pass.
Right. You got 11 minutes, 42 seconds left in the third quarter, and now the Wildcats take a 1-point lead over the Bruins.
Yeah, again, this is a position that PA has been in this year. I even talked about it last week at Lake Hamilton, in the playoffs.
Yep.
It's good to get in a close game in the second half, and you know what it feels like because your adrenaline's different, your
Yep.
body functions feel a little different, and now they've been there before, and they managed to grind out that win. Same thing against Russellville earlier. We're down at halftime. This is similar to that. And so at least we've been here, know how it feels, and know you just got to keep playing football, lessen mistakes. And
Right. Here's another one off the foot of Cooper Henry. Goes to the left side there. I think, that is
out of bounds.
bounds
Going to
there.
give it to PA on the 35-yard line. He was not supposed to. I mean, his coaches didn't want him kicking it out of bounds.
Yeah.
I think after he missed that extra point, probably tried to put a little more on that kickoff. And,
right. A little shine on it.
Ball will be
Yeah,
placed
pulled
at
to the left.
35-yard line.
It's like
First
me
down.
after a bad shot and then hitting my drive. The next one, I'm going to hit a little overhit it and drive it to the left. Pull it to the left.
See, as opposed to me, I play pretty good golf. We ought to play sometime. I told Blake, I shoot typically about a 74.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I'll play the back nine.
Yeah.
It takes a good solid 4 or 5 hours for me to play 18 holes.
PA's receiver set really wide.
Stacked on both ends. That's Walden Culpepper catches that one. He's not going to make it any further than where he was standing, though.
What a nice open field tackle.
Yeah, that's A.J. Gilmore.
Wow. I mean, has that young man been –
He's just making a name for himself
He
tonight.
really is. He really is. Right now, arguably the MVP of the football game.
Oh, no kidding. Absolutely.
A great tackle. Walden Culpepper's a really good run after the catch, and A.J. comes in from his safety spot all the way to a 0-yard pass and makes the tackle.
He's a 5'10" junior, 161 pounds. Look at that. Katros with the carry. Picks up the first down, makes it to about the 50-yard line before he's stopped. That's a Hounds Lounge first down.
Really good hard running by Charlie right there. Pitch wide, outside zone play. He comes up, actually runs over the first defender that hit him 10 yards. Great blocking by the offensive line, and PA needed that. They did not want to be in a third down this early.
So 11:05 left in the third quarter. Twins on either end of the field, 2 receivers left and right. One man in the backfield on Cobb's left side. He's in the shotgun. Has the snap. Pass immediately to the left side. He's up to the 45 and is met immediately right there at about the 42-yard line.
I was corrected on a game-winning field goal earlier. I like to say when I'm wrong. My buddy Steve Gray, who's a longtime PA fan, comes in and said, didn't Lane Hatcher kick a game-winning field goal versus Parkview in 2017? And he did.
Oh, wow.
And I'd forgotten about that. You're exactly right,
I forgot
Steve.
that Lane used to kick every once in a while.
He kicked a lot of
He
times.
did.
2nd and 3.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right. And again, he's got – can't even see who that was. A 47. Okay. That's Javion Walker.
Yeah.
I forgot about Javion. We've seen him in the last couple of games. So one of the freshmen that keeps showing up.
Yeah, he's shifty, got a little speed, stop and starts really quick. Boy, it'd be nice for PA, for their team to answer this for them.
That's Javion with the carry again.
Wow, Javion gets it that time, and he does, which, as a 9th grade running back, he's obviously going to be really, really good. Got to feel great, but right then you run wide, and what you do not want to do is retreat.
Right.
You don't want negative yard plays at 2nd and 12. So they take him out, and I'm sure Coach is going to talk to him about that, but, man, he's going to be a good one.
Yeah, that was Alex Meeks with the tackle. Same formation for Cobb. 9:45 left in the third. Little play action there to Katros, looking downfield.
Plenty of time for Cobb.
Goes to the right side, and it sails into the student section, I think, there.
Yeah, they covered him up down this right sideline. He had a lot of time early. They're doing a great job. Their secondary is doing a great job. They can't get a pass rush on him, and they're letting him stand back there, and he's trying to find somebody, and they're covering him up, and then finally he has to escape and throw it out of bounds so they don't lose any yards.
On the 28-yard line in Wildcat territory. 3rd down, 12 yards to go.
Hammers a touchdown if they run that on the left side. They didn't.
He's going to carry this one himself. He's across the 25 and goes head over heels there at the 20.
So it's going to be fourth and
4. Yeah.
Yeah. They've really got an advantage on this 3x2 set on the left side over there. Look at the inside receiver.
Right.
There's nobody on him.
Yeah. That's Pfizer.
I mean, there's literally nobody on him.
Yep, there he is. Oh, no, it hits the turf before it reaches him. There's a flag.
But I mean, if they run him straight up the field right there, I mean, there's nobody close. He ran him right to the guy.
Yes.
And luckily, pass interference right there because looks like Coach Thrash is getting on to Brandon a little bit about something. Meanwhile, they're going to pick up a first down on that pass interference.
Pass interference, number 8 on the defense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal from the previous spot. First down.
It's going to be first and goal on about the 10-yard line.
9:02 left in the third quarter.
They like to run that little inside shovel pass here.
Got twins stacked on either end of the formation. That's a quick handoff to Nate Thomas Jr. Runs to the right side. He's across the 5 and is stopped at about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, good, hard 7-yard run. Probably 6 of those after first contact. Nate just keeps those legs going. He's a short, stocky guy. Loves to get in the weight room and lift, and it pays off on runs like that.
And he's going to push this one forward. I think he made it. I'm waiting for an official
we got
to
a
say
signal
so.
down there
Okay.
on the bottom.
Good deal. Thank you. I didn't see it. So that's a Bruin touchdown. Nate Thomas Jr. with the carry.
Yeah, second touchdown for Nate. Man,
Yeah.
he is a hard runner. I'm glad they're giving him more carries. I think he shows it on the field that he's capable of maybe making some yards when nobody else can in the running game on the inside between the tackles. And those linemen love to block between the tackles and get downhill on the runs.
8:36 left in the quarter. 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Cobb has an empty set. Has the snap, rolls to the right side. Looking, he's going to jump himself. I'm not sure he makes it. The pass. Whoa, wait a minute. Did he just flip that forward?
He did.
Wow, and they say it's good.
El Dorado's defensive coordinator is going crazy because he's saying he heard a whistle or should have heard a whistle on forward progress.
Right.
And on one side, if you're on the PA side, you're going to say unbelievable play by Brandon Cobb. And if you're on the El Dorado side, I'd be mad too. Because
Sure.
You feel like progress has stopped. You try it now. They're talking about keeping kids safe and blowing the whistle when he's being twisted and held onto by 3 guys. But they rule it. They rule that they didn't blow the whistle. And Brandon, what a great play under duress.
Yes.
To find something to do with the ball. There's no loss on that play. If he throws a pick on that play, they can't run it back. Nothing. So you have to make sure that you give yourself a chance, and he did just that.
It was just incredible the way he's going down and just kind of flipped it out there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They'd definitely be reviewing this one for 10 minutes if it was college or the NFL.
Oh, sure. Yeah, easily.
See if
10
his knee
minutes.
was down, all that kind of stuff.
Now, what is the rule here in I know that they as a blanket statement, we say, oh, well, we don't have reviews. But we do have reviews in the playoffs.
State championship games.
Oh, in only the state championship.
Only the state championship
Okay.
game. Yeah, only the state championship.
I knew that it was I thought that I'd read that it was okay in all of the playoffs when they announced it, like 3-4 years ago, but it had to be available at all of the
and that might be the
playoff
case,
venues.
but it's not all available yet.
Right.
But I'm glad at least they have the championship games.
Sure.
Make sure that when you get there, nothing can go wrong.
That does make that one just that much different. Oh, wow, nice catch, and look who it is. Who's shocked?
I mean, a great catch by Gilmore again. Guy right in his face.
Right.
When he catches the football. That was number 1, Connor Calderon. I think it was right in his face. I really thought he would drop that ball.
Yeah. I mean, they collided, and he just, like nothing.
They might need to just put Gilmore on offense, too, and let him just throw it to him. He's going to catch it.
I was going to say, if somebody's not looking at this kid, they need to.
Yeah, really. I mean, what a great game. I mean, he single-handedly has them in the game so far. It was a great play by him. Need the PA defense to step it up if you're on the PA side of things. And number 13 comes running in late, Thomas Smith for El Dorado. Looks a little confused. Plenty of time, though. Clock at 14. Running back, Bertavian Brown switches sides.
Talked about that a couple of weeks ago. He's got his mouthpiece just kind of dangling there. You don't have to – they don't even look at that anymore, do they?
No. It seems like they don't. I've seen several people. I'm just wondering, like, do they not care? If I'm the mom and dad, I care.
Right.
You know, you got $5,000 worth of damage you can do in that mouth real quick.
There you go. Well, that's a big first down.
Mitchell Polk fakes a handoff to the motion man, the jet sweep look, and they open up a nice hole for him. He runs for, good yards and a first down. And, give this kid credit. He's taken a beating, come back and thrown a nice pass. Nice run there.
Polk in the shotgun, has the snap, looks to the right side, throws it out there. That was intended for Cannon Jacobs. It's incomplete.
Yeah, another sophomore for El Dorado playing on offense. Looked like he had good post-up position, and Mitchell Polk just threw it behind him. And, possibly could have been caught, but you want that with your back to the defense. You want that one to be right in your numbers to have a chance to catch it cleanly and turn around and maybe make a couple yards afterwards.
Second down, 10 yards to go from the 38-yard line, 7:54 left in the third quarter. Polk in the shotgun, handoff quickly. That's Bertavian Brown with the carry.
And it looked like he met Caden Nash in the backfield again. Caden's had a good night on defense. We've called his name a number of times. Some big hits. That was a big hit and a yard loss. So brings up 3rd and 11. Those have not been kind at all to El Dorado. Need to watch over there for number 10. Caught the long touchdown earlier.
Has the snap.
On the right side. There he is,
Goes
number
to the
10.
right. Yep, that's Jay Prince Robertson.
Trying to make a manageable 4th down. He looks like 7 yards from, makes it maybe a 4th and 4. Ball's going to be on the right hash. El Dorado's looking over at their coaches, and coach is still trying to figure out what play they want to call. They signal it in. Plenty of time on the clock left. A 3-by-1 set again. Roberson, the guy that caught the long touchdowns over on the right.
Has the snap, looking to the left side, under pressure. Throws it. Oh, and the ball came loose.
Mitchell Polk did a nice job stepping up. Looked like he wanted to run. Had a guy break open on a crossing route across the middle. Threw a pass slightly behind him. Catchable, yes. Tough catch because the PA defender is right there behind him, too. Yeah.
That was Paxton Strong, the intended receiver.
If he puts that on his front side, he's got a completion. But you put it on the back side, that's the difference between probably him and a year's development, is knowing where to put the football.
Sure. So now the Bruins take over on downs on their own 33-yard line with 6:47 left in the third quarter. Cobb back out there with 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Receivers way spread right out on the right side.
Looks like that's Thomas Jr. on his left side. There's the snap. Plenty of time. Moves to the left side, throws it out there, and it is complete. That's William Sabota.
Sabota catches it, steps out of bounds. I'd like to see him either get it sooner or him to turn up and get a couple of extra yards because the defenders are playing way off coverage. Good of Brandon to be able to find him over there. It's kind of hidden in the sideline. The guys are so close on the sideline, I didn't even see him.
I didn't either. I was wondering who he was throwing it to. Thomas with the carry.
Nate working hard, trying to get a first down. He's got it. See
yes, he does.
The PA chain gang, William was standing beside those guys on the sideline over there, and I couldn't even make him out.
Right. I didn't see him.
I thought Brandon was throwing it away a while ago.
The only one that I saw was the Wildcat defender over there.
Right, yeah.
So that's another Hounds Lounge first down for the Bruins. Has the snap, quick pitch out to Nate Thomas Jr. He turns it upfield across the 50, the 45, and is stopped at the 44-yard line
Wow.
for another first
I
down.
really enjoy watching Nate run. He got hit on the 48 or so, does a nice little spin move, picked up 4 extra yards, and that's what he seems to do well. Keeps the feet moving, get those 4 extra yards add up, and man, he's just got a lot of momentum, a lot of strength, and it's tough to hit him and make him go down quick.
Now he has Thomas on his left side and Culpepper on his right. It's a handoff to Nate Thomas Jr., runs to the right side of the field, and he is wrapped up quickly.
Nice job
That's
by number
Jervalen
30.
Jr.
Yeah, what a job by him in the open field. Tackle Nate. Needed to contain, not let him outside. If he gets outside him, Nate gets outside, has a nice cutback lane for a big play, maybe even a touchdown. But all it takes is one guy to stop that. Going to bring up 2nd and 9.
Same formation as before.
No doubt Adam Thrash is drawing up something out of this formation. Try to give him one luck and hit him with something else in a minute.
Bit of a high snap there, but Cobb comes down with it, carries it himself up to the 35-yard line. Ends up being 3rd down and 1 yard to go.
Nice run by Brandon. Take care of that football in the middle of the field.
Quick, that was another handoff. This time it's Chance McKendra. Can't spit it out.
Yeah, if PA gets in a 3rd and 1, they're going to quickly go to the line and run that same play right there. So PA player down on the field. I can't see a number.
Yeah, I can't either. 54.
54.
That's Eric Park.
Oh, man, we do not need to lose Eric Park. He is just a solid rock in the middle of that line.
He's up on his feet, though.
He's limping off.
Limping
the way he's
off.
doing it, I mean, I guarantee you, if Eric stayed down, he is hurting, and he's a young man that unless they diagnose something bad wrong, he'll be back out there in a minute.
It's moments like this where we're definitely missing having Bradley on the sidelines tonight. He's with his family. Just got back from a business trip, so totally understand with that one.
Got a little 3-by-1 set on 1st down, a little bunch set on the left side. A lot of stuff you can do out of that.
Has the snap, quick pitch to the left side to McKendra. He runs it upfield at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Chance McKendra, wow, just knocking on the door, gets it inside the 5 and a big first down.
Yeah, there's your outside runner, good outside zone, makes a cut. You know, you put him in open field, he can make somebody miss. Hit him back with Nate on the inside, and he's your inside runner. And then Charlie can do a little bit of both. You got a nice little combo there.
And he hands it off to McKendra so that he can get the first down, or excuse me, the touchdown.
Yeah, nice drive by PA after a missed pass by Mitchell Polk on what should have been a first down. And PA turns around, marches it down, and finally gets their biggest lead of the ball game. And, you know, if you're El Dorado, they're not built to throw the football.
Right.
You know, even though they had a long touchdown pass that they've shown, they're not built to throw the football. It's not what they want to do. And the further this clock ticks along with 2-score lead, the more you're asking them to do that. It's going to be tough for them.
John Stephen Goodwin there to kick the point after. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Bruins now lead 27-13 with 4:38 left in the 3rd quarter. Let's take a quick look at our Ron Jones RE/MAX Affiliates Realty Live fan feedback. Chase Hancock says, "Go Bruins." He is a Bruin wide receiver class of 2028. Can't wait till we move up to 7A. Let's see. This fan was, of course, talking about can't wait to see PA and Greenwood in the semis. It may be a long way out, but it's going to happen, according to them.
Well, the other teams in the state would say, hold on a minute. Everybody's got a long way to go before they get there.
There's a lot of football to be played.
Yeah, that would be a good one, obviously, a good rematch.
This fan says, our internet service has been down for 2 days. Came back on just in time for halftime. Whew! So glad to see we have the lead. Go Bruins. Well, you could always pull out your cell phone. You know, just use the phone. There you go. Pickles and Jones rooting on the Bruins. I don't know who that could be, Pickles and Jones. All right. Let's do a couple more real quick. Would love to see if anyone of the would love to see any one of these teams next week. That's someone at Marion.
Critical onside kick for El Dorado. If PA gets this, I'm calling it ball game early. But if El Dorado gets this and can manage a drive, and you got something else.
He's going to
sides.
shift. Yep.
Nice job.
Nice job fielding that onside kick.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, either way, they had them outnumbered on that side. Good decision by Coach Lucas. And at the same time, you also make sure the other teams that we would play if we were to win this in the future have to line up and add a guy over there and also work on the kick to that side.
Patrick Dismuke says, "Go Cats, go." This other fan says, "Watching my nephew, number 33, all the way from California. We're celebrating his grandma, Mrs. And that's how you get blocked. Yep.
Another good job. They brought the receiver in motion, faked a handoff to him on a jet sweep to the outside. One of the PA linebackers ran out, and that gave El Dorado numbers and a nice run by their quarterback again. He's had a couple of nice runs, limping a little bit as he stands there waiting on the signal from the coaches. He's limping a lot, as a matter of fact. Had his hand on his knees for a second, limping up to the line. I hope they're aware of that. Got a little slot set. Hadn't seen this one a lot, where they got two receivers to the right, one to the left. Extra man in for protection. Throwing a deep ball again to the same kid.
Oh,
he had it in his hands.
He did.
Well covered out there by, I think it was Walt Smiley. But the young man made a play, came back and got the ball, had it in his hands, and then just couldn't hang on to it because Walt kept fighting him. Good battle out there and good no call by the officials. That was the same man that caught the long one, Jay Prince Roberson. And I love watching football, and I think we're seeing a good football game here where a lot of people are kind of like, well, this isn't what you normally expect. This is two teams fighting it out for their playoff lives right here. Nicely read. You have a little tunnel screen out there. I think it was Jake Fuller. It was Jake. Read it, just really recognized it before anybody else did and disrupted the play. So to stop it before it really ever got started.
It's a 2-yard loss on that one. Ends up being 3rd down, 12 yards to go for the Wildcats.
We've seen El Dorado in this situation, 3rd and more than 10 several times. They've really struggled in this scenario. And it's a tough down and distance. But here they do have 2 downs, because they're not going to punt from the 30-yard line. Throwing it deep again. Oh, nice coverage right there. Nice coverage right there. I think it was Walt Smiley, I would guess, by the way. I'm trying to recognize their gait. That's how I recognize players.
I think that's 22 is what it says. Yeah, Walt Smiley.
Yeah,
there you
Walt
go.
was running stride for stride with them. Great coverage. It would have taken a perfect throw to do anything over there. And glad to see him do it. Love Walt. His older brother Ben played for us. And that was a nice play. Kudos out there to El Dorado. They had Roberson had the long one. They tried to hit him a couple more times. He had another nice catch well ago. Try to play that hot hand.
Polk now with an empty set.
PA
Under pressure. Wow. They had 3 that reached him all at the same time.
Well, who made the play was it was Jake Fuller coming off the right edge. Nobody from El Dorado saw it. It was a 3-man rush at first by PA. They bring Fuller off the edge. Nobody sees him. The quarterback sees him and has to step up into the 3-man rush. And really, he made the play for those guys. And then they converge on him, get the sack. But make no mistake, it was made by Jake Fuller putting the pressure on him. Great call by the PA defensive coaches to put some pressure on him on 4th and 13 when he had to let the routes develop before he could throw it, or they wouldn't have made a first down anyway.
Sure. Cobb has the handoff to Katros.
Yeah, that's the second really hard run I've seen him where he ran over the first defender and then carried another one with him. Really nice running by Charlie, and that's what he's known for. He loves football. He loves working out. He loves practicing. He loves every part of the game, and you can see it when he has the ball in situations like this.
Most certainly. Picks up an 11-yard gain there for another first down for the Bruins. Now on the 50-yard line. 3 minutes, 13 seconds left in the 3rd. Has the snap, another handoff to Katros, turns it upfield. Met at the 50, picks up 1 yard. They're going to say 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8.
El Dorado has been playing the pass the whole game, the deep pass, with a 5-deep umbrella. Now they're just now starting to bring guys down a little bit closer. I think Coach Hill realizes that you know, they've got the ball. They got a 2-score lead. Can't afford to give up another score, but can't afford to give up a long drive and eat a lot of clock. So you're going to see El Dorado drift up, and as you see that, you'll see PA take a shot over the top eventually too.
Cobb's going to keep this one. He turns upfield at the 40, makes his way to the 45, and steps out of bounds at the 44.
Going to be 3rd and 4.
He still worries me as long as he's still waiting. You know, he waits to slide, but he also waits to step out of bounds at the very last second.
And you're playing with fire sometimes. He did protect the ball better then.
Yes,
the ball
he did.
was not, like you said, flying around like a loaf of bread out there.
Right. 3 receivers on the left side. Cobb looks like he's going to keep this one again. Finds a hole, makes his way up to the 40, picks up the first down.
Gilmore on the tackle, the young man that we've talked about a lot, being all over the place. But Brandon picks up the first down. But that young man, I don't care what happens the rest of the game, he can hold his head high.
Yes,
on the
he
way
can.
Home.
Most certainly he can. Yeah, and I hope somebody's listening that knows him and just pass along our kudos to A.J. Gilmore.
Yeah. There was another A.J. Gilmore that played in Arkansas, in Nashville, Arkansas. He was a heck of a player. Went on to play at the University of Tulsa. Same name, A.J. Gilmore.
I'll be. Quick shovel pass there to Chance McKendra. Runs to the left side of the field. I'm not sure that he actually made any progress. Looks like he lost a yard.
Yeah, lost a yard. Like I say, El Dorado is now, they know they're in do or die situation. They can't afford to get another score down. And they're bringing guys up closer to the line of scrimmage, especially on first down when PA's trying to run some clock.
Yep.
PA's going to have to take a shot deep and make them pay for that, and I bet eventually they do.
1.5 minutes left in the third quarter. 2 receivers on the left side, 2 to the right. Has the snap. Pass goes to the right side. Oh, right off the fingertips of Will Manning.
Yeah, Will usually makes that catch. It's in his hands. Instead of catching it over his shoulder, he turned around and tried to face up to it to catch it, and I think that probably threw him because that's not the way the PA receivers are taught to catch it. But he just felt like he was all alone, probably wanted to be sure-handed and face up to it, and instead it could have took him out of his rhythm.
Now 2 receivers on the right side, 3 to the left. Has the snap. Quickly goes out to McKendra. Oh, and he was tripped right there. Still had positive yardage on the play
Had
overall.
a nice hole, though. That could
Yeah.
have turned into something really nice. He just, one defender reached out and just tripped him up by the ankles. And
That was Jalen Caldwell.
now you've got a situation where it's 4th down and 10 yards to go. Big play here. If PA converts this, it might be the backbreaker for El Dorado. But if El Dorado stops them, you're still in the game. If you can go down and mount a drive and make it a 1-score game.
Cobb now with an empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left.
El
Has
Dorado
the snap.
showing blitz. They backed out. Cobb throws it deep.
Oh, wow, and he's got it. I'm not sure who that is. Was that 86?
86.
Chase Kimball.
Wow, sophomore.
Yeah, sophomore
Chase
wide
Kimball.
receiver.
I don't know that I've heard y'all call his name.
I
this
don't
year.
think we have.
Great catch and your debut catch in the playoffs for sure.
Same formation, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. This time it's a handoff to Cotros. Up the middle, he's past the 10, almost to the 5. Let's see where they mark it. Yeah, they're going to mark it right at the 5-yard line.
PA really could benefit from going fast right now because El Dorado, I mean, whether you like it or not, it's a mental blow to them on the 4th and 10, holding them in the chance to change the game right there.
Well, and you've got, this is 2nd down and 4 at the 5-yard line. Oh, and Cobb keeps this one for himself. There's a Bruin touchdown.
Yeah, that's going to be tough to overcome. That's another big 4th down. And 4th and 10, not like a 4th and 1.
Right.
And not only did they make the 10 yards, they had a big play down the field, a big chunk play. And of all people to catch that, Chase Kimball.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't have guessed it. I don't know much about the young man, but coaches must have a lot of confidence putting him in on 4th down and long in a playoff game.
So here's John Stephen Goodwin out to kick the point after. I think that's, I better double check that. Yeah, it is. The kick is up. The kick is good. The score now, Bruins 34, Wildcats 13 with 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Take a look real quick at our live fan feedback. I've got a lot to go through here. I've got to make sure I read them to myself apparently now.
PA with 3 touchdowns in that third quarter
Yeah.
as opposed to the 7 last week against Lake Hamilton. Nice to see them bust out
Yes,
like
it is.
like they're used to see.
Let's see. Roger and Jenny Cole say back with the Bruins, got the Razorbacks a volleyball win, the soccer win, and basketball is cruising. Now come on, Bruins, for the sweep.
Nice. Yeah, it's very rare that I get my personal trifecta, the Cowboys, Patriots, and Bruins.
There you go.
And Razorbacks, if you want to call it the quadfecta there. But it's very rare those 4 all win in the same weekend.
Right.
If anybody can bring it to, it's Jenny Cole, because Jenny has a way of willing things to get done.
Coach, this one's for you. This is Kevin from Dayton, Ohio. He's wondering if you happen to know any good books to read as far as learning football analytics, like the stat you said earlier on getting 4 yards on first down. I love reading and learning information like that. Keep going strong, Bruins.
You won't find any analytics in books like that. There's a good one on just the game of football and thought processes. I think it's called Newton's Football or Isaac Newton's Football. Is a good one I read. Another onside kick. Oh, picked it up. They tried to block it again. And PA did a better job that time. That was almost broken open for another return. You got number 30 for El Dorado, Jervalen Jr. that made the nice play on Cobble to go down on the field right now. Hopefully it's just a cramp.
Yeah, hope so.
I didn't see it. There certainly weren't any big hits on that play, but
Well, Coach, I know that going back to that last question, I know that you mentioned to me it's probably been a couple of years. There was it wasn't a football book, but I know I think it was about accounting that you mentioned to me that.
Oh, I don't know. I read all non-football books now.
Sure.
And that teach you how to think or teach you about the psychology of people. I'm reading right now Thinking in Bets by Annie Duke.
Okay.
She's an economist that her brother was a professional poker player and went. And she really teaches about how life is like thinking in bets at a poker table. Not like you and I would bet, but how you need to know the percentage and go by the best percentage and know that sometimes you're going to make a decision. And you can't base it. I mean, and it's going to be. It might not win, but it was the right decision.
Yes.
And percentage-wise, maybe it was a 90% chance to win. But if it doesn't work, that doesn't mean you made the wrong decision.
Yes.
It just means that was the 10%. And over the long haul, you're going to win those 90%ers.
I was looking up the name of a book that I thought you would also enjoy. I'll find it here in a moment.
5 receivers out to the right. So that means the inside receiver's got to stay in. He was on the line. A little sprint out by the quarterback. Miles Ward breaks through and puts the pressure on and chases poor Mitchell Polk back. Mitchell still limping around, but he looked a lot faster on that one.
This is one that I thought you might like. It's called Artificial Allies. I just finished. I recorded the audiobook for this, so that's the reason I read it. But it was fascinating. I loved it.
Oh yeah.
It was the author and I have a lot in common. We're both veterans. We both have an IT background, and so the way that he wrote it would have been the way that I wrote it.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it really worked. We really gelled together. Noel de Jesus wrote that one, but Artificial Allies: The Intersection of AI and Human Leadership.
Oh wow.
And it's basically what he did was he wrote his thoughts on different facets of leadership, not just management,
right.
Leadership. And that's the thing that, it kills me in the civilian world is you've got managers who are not leaders.
Oh, and I think that's the biggest problem in businesses and organizations, society is lack of true leadership.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, you've got this one. It's so he writes his thoughts on a certain facet of leadership, and then he asks the same question to ChatGPT, and then puts what it wrote in there, so you can kind of compare the two.
Yeah.
And so it was really fascinating to read.
If you want to have fun, bring up ChatGPT and also Bard, Google's AI, and put the same question exactly in there for those and look at how they write it up.
Right.
I prefer Google's Bard because it tends to it just seems a little more human to me. They put a little more personal touch on it. Of course, they can probably design it that way, but it's interesting to see. Most of the time, everything's exactly the same. We had them write some of our advertising slogans, just to stimulate ideas by us and stuff. But it's interesting to see what they come up with.
I've used it to write press releases and kind of get me started on presentations. Like write an outline that does this. But my son Grant told me, first thing out of the gate, he said, "Well, they told us in college, we can't use that at all." And I said, "Grant, that's stupid. Don't do that. Use it. Absolutely use it. Don't use it to write your stuff.
Right.
Use it as a research assistant.
Absolutely.
Ask it, what books reference this. All right. Anyway, here's
Absolutely.
Polk.
Mitchell Polk drops back. Gets out of, it's the same thing. He's able to get out of the first sack. Watch out, PA, piling on right there.
Yeah.
He's able to evade the first sack, but then he escapes deeper and gets sacked even deeper by the
Right.
second wave. And that's what happened right there. Kudos to the young man for fighting and trying to make a play, but, man, now you're going to come up and you got 2nd and 25, it looks like, or 4th and 25, I mean. And that's just tough for El Dorado. And, probably going to have to punt the football here with 11:39 left, but they don't really want to, down 3 touchdowns. Mitchell stayed down on the field.
Yeah.
A little hurt. Man, he's been beaten up, got back up, beaten up, got back up.
He's a tough kid.
Yeah, tough kid. Probably got a bright future ahead of him.
Well, and the fact that he's just a sophomore.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
forget
what
it.
I mean.
Wow.
You're playing in this game, great experience as a sophomore.
Yeah.
It'll give him some really, really good experience going into the next 2 years of his high school career.
If you're interested at all in that, I can send you a key where you
I
get
am,
the audio
yeah.
book for free.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
downfall
Yeah,
to that
that'd
is
be
you'll have to
awesome.
listen to me for 4 hours,
Yeah,
but
yeah. No, I've not done any audio books ever. But people keep talking to me about doing it and all that. So
I really
I'd like to
enjoyed
give
it.
one a try.
It
yeah.
was a fun. You've never listened to one? Is
Never
that what
listened to
I
an
thought
audio.
you were saying you've never recorded
No,
one.
I've always read. I've always just read. I've never listened to an audiobook.
I really enjoy it because for me, if I'm driving,
Yeah,
I'm typically driving a long distance,
Right,
and
right,
so I'll
right.
put something on and just kind of zone and listen.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah. They do send the punt team on 4th and 25, and that would have been tough to make, especially without your quarterback out there.
There's Cooper Henry to boot it away. The Bruins leave the field.
Cooper double duties as the kicker and the punter tonight. Nice kick that goes down all the way to the PA 15-yard line.
Nice. Took a nice roll for the Wildcats there. 11-14 left in the game.
Be interested to see where the PA comes out and tries to run some clock or tries to really just end the game by putting up a quick touchdown.
Sure.
No, interested for sure. I love books that make me think. That's why I'm a big fan of Malcolm Gladwell and all his books. Read tons of books. A really good book if you end up, if you want to leave a mark on somebody, or if you're constantly trying to explain ideas and you don't feel like they're getting. There's a book called Made to Stick that really tells you about the behavioral thoughts of people and how to leave an imprint on them. So, with a conversation or whatever.
Okay. Got it down.
That one popped in my head too. Little run up the middle right there. PA going to probably try to run a little bit of clock. Need the offensive line to step up and block downhill. I couldn't tell. Is that Nate? No, it's not Nate. I think that was Javion Walker on the carry. Getting the 9th grader back in,
Yes,
letting
it
him
is.
have some time. Made 3 yards, make it 2nd and 7.
Cobb has the snap. Hand off to Walker. Runs to the left side of the field. He's across the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30. And finally, the couple of defenders reach him, pull him out of bounds. That's Jacoby Ship that pulled him out of bounds.
Yeah, and then Gerondy Williams finished him off. Nice run by Javion, and nice job on those guys wrestling. For a second, I thought he might have been able to get the edge and make a few more yards, but good job by both those guys to make sure he didn't get more than he did.
That, of course, is another Hounds Lounge first down for the Bruins. Thanks, Kevin, for that question. Another big carry there from Javion Walker. Picks up yet another first down, back-to-back.
And this is really what El Dorado's been trying to force PA to do all night, and they've done a good job. They haven't let PA hit them big over the top, giving up a few mediocre intermediate plays of 20 yards, but with basically playing like a 5-deep umbrella coverage and making PA run the ball. And when they have, they run it effectively. Looks like another run here, if I'm reading the signal right.
That's just cheating, Coach.
Yeah.
Handoff straight up the middle. I think that was Thomas Jr. Yep.
Yeah, it's a little easy for me when I made the signals. I still remember those things in my sleep right there. But
We do have another Bruin that's down on the field.
that's what you don't need. You talked about at the beginning of the game, man. Especially the game's, kind of in hand. You probably don't feel like it completely if you're the PA coaching staff, but
Sure.
game's kind of in hand from this point of view, man. You do not want any guys to get hurt.
Right. Well, and hopefully it's just cramps, but honestly, on the Bruins sideline, I don't see that happening this far into the season.
Yeah.
You know that they're well trained, they're well coached, and so that's just one of the things that we don't see.
And it's not a hot night.
That's what I was going to say. If there's heat, that's different.
Yeah.
A lot of times you just can't get away from
that. Was it the Greenwood game when it was a muggy night for this time of year?
And it was
we
just
did
nonstop.
we had both sides cramping a little bit then. That's number 71, Errol Amuamua.
Yep.
His brother Alan played for me. Tremendously smart individual, great blocker, and Errol's coming up in his footsteps and doing a great job. They're going to miss him. I hope he's putting a little bit of weight on it, so hopefully that's a good sign.
He's in some pain. But, his brother, you mentioned Alan. He's on the sidelines. He's been helping to assist coaching the offensive line this year.
The offensive line.
Of course, he's also assisting coaching the wrestling team.
Here's a handoff to Nate.
Forced out of bounds at about the 42 or 43-yard line. That's another first down.
First down.
I think that kind of answers the question right there. There's 3 first downs in a row, and notice they're not going for much more than just the first down. They get that 11 or 12 yards, and that's it. So that kind of – but they are running it out of bounds, so it's like, stopping the clock still.
Yeah, and I bet the coaches here in a minute will say, hey, let's go ahead and keep that in bounds, cut back or slide.
Yeah.
Or whatever you do to get that clock running, because you can run off 40 seconds in between each one of these plays.
Cobb has the snap, throws it forward. That's complete to Culpepper. He makes it to the 35, the 30.
He was one tackle away from breaking that one, too.
Yep.
Number 13, Thomas Smith, makes another nice play.
Let's see. Corey Park, I heard from him just a moment ago. I was looking for his, there it is. Let's go Bruins, road to another championships from Corey Park.
Yeah, I'd like to hear a word on his brother, Eric, make sure he's still feeling good. Oh, man, big hit by number 21, LeVector Livingston. He's been on a couple of nice plays tonight, too.
Yes, he has.
May have even had a fumble right there at the end, because I saw at the very end of the play, Eric Park is back in there. It looked like him with the football.
Oh, wow. That quick?
Maybe I missed it.
I'm sorry. Yes. Park, not Amuamua.
No, Amuamua. Eric went out a little bit ago.
Right. Looks like twins stacked on both sides of the formation. There's the snap. Quick handoff to Pfizer. Runs to the right side of the field and is tripped up.
6-yard loss.
That's Jacoby Ship with the tackle.
Nice play. Recognize it. We've run that play about 10 times tonight. They finally recognize that he shoots across. Is able to take Pfizer down one-on-one in the open field, which is really difficult to do.
So 3rd down, 18 yards to go for the Bruins.
2 downs to pick it up. They're not going to punt here inside the 40-yard line. And I have to say that used to you'd not say that, but they've been punting a little bit lately, so you got to say they're probably not going to punt it inside the 40-yard line. So you won't necessarily see them throw it past the sticks like you would a lot of teams on 3rd down.
2 receivers left and right.
It's a tunnel screen, and they fake the tunnel. A block and go by Andrew Pfizer on the outside. So you've seen the tunnel screen a couple times. You pump it to him, and Andrew fakes a block on the corner, and corner comes up, and he runs right past him.
Boy, that kind of play you expect to end up in a first down.
Yeah, but it was 4th and it was 3rd and so deep. That it was a really nice play, but it made it very manageable. 4th and 5. Love to see PA put in some. Well, they've got him in. Love to see him run some option routes with Pfizer, where he's got a 2-way go on the defender over him.
Cobb has the snap, looking downfield. Moves to the left side. He's going to keep it. Makes his way to the 20 and is stopped there.
He did not make it. It's going to be El Dorado's ball.
Yep.
That's one as they go into the playoffs deeper and looks like they're going to win this one, that you got to say, hey, Brandon, if you're going to run that on 4th down, you have to be 100% sure you're going to make it, or else you've got to find somebody, because we just can't afford to turn the ball over on downs without giving it a shot past the first down marker. El Dorado comes on with 7:29 left, down by 3 touchdowns exactly, and 3 PATs, down 21.
Sorry, Coach. I was.
No, I'm trying to look and see what the number is of the quarterback. I think Mitchell Polk is out. They do have a backup quarterback in, number 11, Kerry Shelton, and the first snap is low. He fumbles it, and just exactly what you wouldn't want when a backup quarterback comes in. It's a low snap and
Right.
a loss of 12 yards. And so now, 10-yard loss. So now you're in 2nd and 20 and kind of forcing him to throw the football. They line up in a 2-by-2 set. Shelton drops back, throws a tunnel screen. PA read it perfectly. The El Dorado inside receiver blocked the wrong guy and just let him come free, and that play had no chance. He's lucky he didn't catch the ball. It would have been another 5-yard loss.
I got to remember to stick these over here. If I don't not using them, grab them if you want. Those are fantastic binoculars. These extra wide, and there's no focus on them at all.
Oh, wow.
So you just look in, and I mean, it really is the widest view I've ever seen in a pair of binoculars.
Amazing technology.
I'm here to tell you. Has the snap, another low snap, scrambles out of the pocket, and he's going to get sacked in the end zone.
That is going to be.
Ball came loose. Ball's still loose, apparently.
It's either going to be a safety or a touchdown.
It's a touchdown. I want to see who came out with it. Oh, Ronan Rutherford with a touchdown.
Wow. Defensive
Wow.
touchdown. So El Dorado's had a defensive touchdown. Now PA's matched him with a defensive touchdown. Who would have guessed that 14 of our points or so would have been off defensive touchdowns?
Now the Bruins have a 27-point lead with 6 minutes, 44 seconds left in the game.
Now's when you got to start thinking about, if you're PA, how much do you keep your guys out there?
Right.
Chance of endangering, because you've got a big game next week. You got to travel to Marion.
Yes.
And that's not going to be a cakewalk.
There's the snap. Kick is up. The kick is good.
Good. Snuck it inside the left upright, but hey, it's just like it went down the middle. They don't ask how close it was to the edge. They just say, did it go through, and it did.
Let's see. Let's run down some of these fan feedback messages. Watching Chance McKendra tonight. So proud of him, as you should be. Let's see. Hello, Mr. Ron from Chance McKendra's granny. Go Bruins, go. That's 2 separate messages for Chance. Crazy. Go Cats, go, another fan says. Let's see. We are rooting on PA. 6A West represent. Y'all are doing a fantastic job. So entertaining to listen while watching. That's Mickey Duvall's Cyclone play-by-play guy.
Oh,
well, thanks, Mickey.
Cyclones.
Appreciate it.
Who came up and had a good game against PA. Led 20-18 at the half, I
Yeah.
think. So Russellville made a good showing at PA.
Let's see. This one says, "No way I'd rather spend my Friday night. What do y'all think about left tackle for El Dorado, excuse me?"
Well, he's in a tough situation. PA likes to blitz a ton, and they shift their defensive line. They're probably as difficult scheme-wise on an offensive line as anybody can be. But I think he's held his own tonight, and probably I can remember 1 or 2 plays he probably wished he had back, but overall I think he's done as well as you could expect him to do. PA lines up for probably a deep kick. El Dorado expecting. Not quite sure what to expect. Lets it go out of bounds. I'm sure they didn't want him kicking it out of bounds, but they don't mind. They'll give it to him on the 35 and play defense up 28 with 6:44 left.
Well, I love seeing this message. Go Bruins. Again, enjoy watching our nephew, number 44, Ronan Rutherford, from Dallas, as we love our PA Friday Night Lights. Keep it up and great comeback. Number 44 for life, and the Rachel Allison Rutherford Gymnasium battled Bruins from Allen and Janice. Well, you just got to see Ronan get probably his very first touchdown ever.
Probably so.
That was awesome.
And in the playoffs, no less.
Right.
And on the home field. It's all that's nice. El Dorado comes out. They're in a no-back set, 5 wide, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Handoff to number 13, Thomas Smith on the jet sweep. Picks up about 4 yards. This is a time, Josh, when you're on El Dorado's side, if you do wave the white flag, and I don't mean in a bad way, but that's when you start making sure you get all your seniors in. They're getting time in a playoff game so they can kind of end their career on the field together with something to remember.
Yes. Yeah. 6:13 left in the game. Is that still?
It's Cannon Jacobs in. It looks
Okay.
like a quarterback. He throws one way up in the air.
And it is almost intercepted.
intercepted. Yeah, it goes up, does a nice job high pointing the ball. That's Patton Wicker.
Yep.
And almost had another interception for himself this year. And got good play by number 13, I think it was Thomas Smith, going up and hitting him and trying to knock the ball out and doing just that to make sure that they still keep the ball for third down.
A.J. Whitmore from Nashville says, let's go number 33, Peyton Adams and the Bruins from Aunt Nikki and Cousin Donovan in Benton.
Wait, did A.J. Whitmore send the message?
I don't know.
Because A.J. remember from Nashville, I said there was an
confused.
A.J. Whitmore from
Yeah.
Nashville that
Maybe
went and played at
that's-
Tulsa,
yeah.
which would be really cool.
Yeah.
But he was a heck of a player. He played quarterback. We went down there and made it to the semifinals in 2004. He was their quarterback and did a number on us down there in my second year as head coach. And then he went on to Tulsa. And like I say, I think at Tulsa he had a year we had 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving.
Oh, that's what he was saying. Was it's A.J. Whitmore, not A.J. Gilmore?
No,
That's-
Whitmore, not
that's-
Gilmore. I'm a
That's what he
dummy.
was saying. Yeah.
A.J. Whitmore. That's right.
I was like, what? I missed something
Yeah,
there.
no,
Yep.
that's me being dumb. Whitmore, Gilmore, those are way different.
There's a penalty flag prior to the snap there.
They're going to get PA for jumping off sides. Yes, they are. And Ronan Rutherford, who had the touchdown, I think is guilty of jumping off sides, and they are going to pull him
Offside
out.
on the defense.
They're like, hey, look,
5 yards.
you know,
Yeah.
let's maintain our discipline late in the game. And
Yep.
that's a coaching thing, and that's
Sure.
what you want to do. You want to maintain that discipline late in the game, carry something into, you don't want to carry in sloppiness into the next
Right.
week of the playoffs.
Well, it's a good opportunity to continue to learn and
Oh, absolutely.
you know, just another whetstone.
Another tunnel screen out here, the number 3, Braden Stanley. I watched a little bit of film, and I liked what I saw of him. I'm really surprised they haven't gotten him the ball a little bit more.
Yes, you were looking for them to throw it to him earlier in the game.
Yeah. He makes a nice play there, 12-yard gain.
He was on the opposite side of the formation then.
Yeah. Looks like PA starter still in the game. Still nothing wrong with that. You know, as a coach on the sideline, you're like, well, if they score here an onside kick, all of a sudden it's a 2-score game with 4 minutes left if they can score that fast. And so you still got to worry about that a little bit. Blitz up the middle. Caden Nash comes up the middle. Escapes out to the side by the quarterback. Cuts back on what looked like he was going to be trapped out of bounds. But Cannon Jacobs does a nice job of cutting the ball back inside and making what looked like it was going to be maybe no gain into a big gain.
I would love to know if there's some Wildcat fans out there that can tell me, is this Cannon Jacobs? Is it typical to see him at quarterback? I mean, I wouldn't imagine that he's typically playing quarterback. He's listed as a wide receiver, but has it happened before? Is he comfortable in this position? And the reason I ask is just there's some things he does that doesn't look good from behind center, but then of course when you get his feet under him,
Yeah.
you know, that's where he looks like he's playing his game.
Well, Kerry Shelton was playing the last series, and they made a bad snap to him, and he was in a tough spot. Then the next play he got sacked, and I think they're just like, hey, look, you know, if he's got the chance to be a quarterback later, we don't want to ruin him right now
Yes, that's true.
by emotionally putting him in a tough situation.
Anthony Jenkins, who's Wildcat class of 92, says, special shout out to all veterans. Thank you for your service. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
I concur completely with that. I'm a big flag guy, as people say. And, man, just hats off to everybody that's put their time in. And not only that, their family's commitment to sending a loved one.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah, he's trying to direct traffic.
Directing him out there.
What a catch.
Nicely done. Look at that.
So Cannon comes in at quarterback. He's played receiver. We don't know a lot about him. But at the same time, he goes out there and he's actually directing the receivers on where to run during the play.
Yeah.
So one hand off the ball to point, and then throws it in a nice throw and catch in that
That was
situation.
Jay Prince Robertson that was the receiver.
Well, he's the one that had that long catch to put.
Yes, he did.
To give the Wildcats the lead early in the beginning of the second half.
Jacobs has the snap. Pass is out there. Oh, man, just in and out of the hand of Gilmore there.
Jacobs takes a shot by Peyton Adams, but delivers a very nice catchable ball.
Yes, it was.
That was dropped over the middle. Former player, one of my favorite all-time, Blake Plyler, checks in. A.J. Whitmore was the best player we played against in high school besides Joe Adams.
I believe that.
So that's a very credible statement by a young man that played both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Quite a compliment too, because Joe Adams, as we know, is pretty darn good.
Oh, no kidding. There's the snap. He's going to keep this one. Go straight up the middle. There's a flag.
You're going to see, I think, a head-to-head. Hope they don't call it a targeting. And I don't think anything malicious was meant, and maybe that's not what the call is, but that's what I saw. Quickly.
Well,
they may be going to call a holding. You moved it to a spot. You don't move that to a spot if it's a head-to-head.
Yeah. The head-to-head was one of the points of emphasis this year, or actually what it was making sure that you differentiate head-to-head or leading with the head if they're leading with the hands or if the hands or the –
Personal foul. Leading with the crown of the helmet, number 9 on the defense.
I thought I did see that. What he did, Josh, and you see it all the time, right when he wrapped up, he brought his head forward, and they're going to call the headbutt attempting to get the crown of the head. I don't think he meant anything malicious. It's a natural movement because you're taught to squeeze and go forward, and your head does drop a little bit. He didn't even get his head all the way down. But I did see the call, and I see why the referees.
I don't know about you, Coach, but typically my head moves along with my shoulders. So,
yeah.
It's really hard to do that.
Yeah. That's why they really want you hitting not with the chest plate. They want, shoulder pads and things like that and getting your head away from them.
Yeah, it was funny because I just rewatched the video this year from that the officials made about the points of emphasis, and that was one of them, and talking about making sure that fingertips or hands touch first.
Yeah.
And it's one that situation makes me go.
I'm
not so sure.
By rule, that was.
Okay.
I'm glad they didn't call targeting.
Sure. Yes.
So I think they did the right thing and called.
Oh wow! Throw the ball out there and then get sacked. Oh, and it was intercepted.
Looks like is that KJ?
Yeah, and he took a knee in the end zone.
Yeah. He started to run it out. A couple teammates grabbed him, it looked like, and said, hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
Cannon Jacobs did a good job marching down for El Dorado and mounted a good drive and threw one too many passes kind of up in the air. And he's a man that's kind of down right now, but he's trotting back out here on defense.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay. They did take him out,
Okay.
Hey, you've had a good you've played good
He
for
needs
us.
a breather. I mean,
he just got the dog knocked out of him.
Yeah,
right
seriously. 3 minutes, 13 seconds left in the game. Bruins lead 41-13.
They have an interesting set. They got Javion Walker playing
I'm
X.
definitely going to need these because they're going to start popping up some funny names on me.
Yeah, they are going to do that.
Jack Trelfa out there.
Little inside pitch to Javion Walker, who has played as a ninth grader and has another nice little 8-yard carry. They're going to probably count it as a pass because I think he flipped it forward to him. Brandon Cobb still in at quarterback.
Cole Turner, sophomore, comes out for the Bruins.
I'm sure they've told Brandon, do not take a hit under any circumstances.
Right. Now the Bruins back away as one of the Wildcats are down on the field. Let's catch up on some of our live fan feedback real quick. Let's see. They tell me Polk actually made his first start for El Dorado High School when he was moved up in 9th grade during the playoffs last year. That's interesting to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good job, Bruins. Shout out to KJ from Doc and Nunu in Magnolia. Owen Short says, Bruins are the greatest of all time. Go Bruins. Thank you, Owen. Always good to hear from you. Let's see. Great job, Chance McKendra. That's from Madison. Go Cats, one fan says. Chance's granny is back in Georgia. Thanks for the convenience of watching PA and my baby Chance.
Couple local scores around.
Okay.
I'll wait till PA gets through running this play.
Has the snap, rolls out to the right side. He's going to keep it, and see, there you go.
Yeah,
nice
that's
early
how you-
slide.
That's how you slide right there.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for Brandon to do anything other than that this late in the game. And, but going back to the local scores, I've got Robinson in a tight game, tied up against Batesville Southside in the fourth quarter.
Ooh.
Saw Maumelle score. Maumelle losing to Valley View 38-14 in the fourth quarter.
Everyone pulled in tight. Going to shift it over to Walker.
Javion cuts it back to make a first down.
Yep.
Sure, PA did not want to give the ball back up and have to try anybody else out there on defense. A couple of 7A scores. Southside beating Jonesboro 32-14. Southside, now for those of you that haven't paid attention, they've got two of the best running backs in the state on the same team, Amari Tucker and Isaac Gregory. I covered them for Hootens, the 7A. God, those two guys are absolutely electric.
Under 2 minutes left in the game.
It's nice to give the 9th graders a chance to play, 10th graders. Love to see PA get some of those. Love to see PA get some of everybody they can in, to be honest. Get them playoff experience. Get them to feel that moment so it's not the first time they trot out there in a more important time. You know, somebody gets injured and they got to run out there for the first time, something like that.
Let's go PA from Kenny and Caleb Jordan and family.
Number 39 on the carry right there, Pearson Snyder. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. That guy got hands on the ball, limp it a little bit, get up, shake it off, and later on you can tell the girls how tough you were. That was always my goal when I first got in the game that I shouldn't be in. It's like, okay, walk off this field and let everybody know you're tough.
I'm shocked to see that Pearson is already a sophomore. That is just crazy.
It goes by fast.
Looks like he's there to receive the snap. Turns upfield. Walker with the carry.
Yeah, made a little nice little 6 or 7 yard gain. Looks like 6. Javion piling up some yards in the playoff game.
Looked like Zalex Meeks was shaken up just a little bit there.
That Hot Springs Lakeside Harrison score that you mentioned earlier is 52-42 in the fourth quarter.
That's a big scoring game.
Yeah, a lot of offense there. Might be the last snap of the game with 24 seconds left. Pearson takes the snap, hands it off to number 53, Henry McFarland, if the numbers are right on this.
Well, that's the thing is
52.
the one behind center there in the shotgun wasn't
51.
Oh, yeah, it was Pearson. Okay, I see it now.
It's 52. Will Scrivanos. All right, Will.
Oh, wow. That's senior play, I guess.
Yeah, Will's good family. Love Will. Been waiting his whole life. I tried to get him as a sophomore to switch to another position because he wasn't very big.
Right.
And he's like, Coach, I want to play O-line. Like, all right. And he started his senior year, and that's the kind of story that we've made a living off of PAs. Guys that just wait and fight for their chance their senior year, and finally it all comes in and they contribute and leaves a mark on our program and on them too.
Well, watching this game tonight, you look at the scoreboard and it does not reflect the tenacity that the Wildcats played with.
No, and that's what a Chris Hill team's going to do. Like I say, we've coached against each other 3 times, and then this will be the 4th time he's faced PA with a different team, and always tough, hard-nosed players that fight to the bitter end, and I knew that's what we'd see tonight. We saw exactly that.
Well, your final score from Pulaski Academy, 41-13, which means the Bruins will be making that 3-hour trek east to Marion next Friday night. And, of course, we'll be right there to bring you the game.
And, Marion's a good ball club. PA's coaches will have to get right in there, get on that, and probably did a little bit of preparation for that this week just in case.
Yep.
Because they know that Marion's got a week off. It'll be interesting to see for Marion if they come out and if they're rusty, some people worry about for the week off, or if it healed them up and they're well rested and got to put in a few more wrinkles than they would have had otherwise.
One of the things that Jake and I talked about at halftime, Coach, was that traditionally the 6A West has been, a lot more competitive than 6A East, and so you can't really compare, number 2 and number 3 and whatnot. So, would you say that that's fair this year as well?
That's extremely fair.
Okay.
I think your best 4 teams in the state are probably from the West. You could say Benton's 4, but definitely 4 of the top 5 are from the West. It's more competitive. There's really not a lot of letdowns. You let down on the West, and you saw it. PA kind of got up on Greenbrier. But Greenbrier could come back.
Right.
They got up on, Russellville's beating them at the half. I mean, there's no easy night in the West, and right now there are a few holes in the East where there are some easier nights, and you can rest your guys, get healthy, and that kind of things.
Sure.
But you look at Marion, and they're going to have some speed in that team. They're going to have a team that's tasted a little success here in the last few years, and that's probably licking their chops when they look at a PA team that doesn't quite look like it has in the past at blowing people out. And we've, a couple losses. PA teams, you're not used to seeing them this late in the season, coming in with 2 losses, and I think Marion's probably licking their chops a little bit, and the beginning of that game is going to be a very intense game. But,
certainly will.
But it's nice if you're on the other side. I didn't want to buy when we played.
Sure.
I wanted to keep playing and play every game, and one of those reasons just to stay focused.
Yes.
Keep focusing every Friday night. Keep your routine, but not lose any of the intensity or not lose any sharpness by being out a week.
Yeah. Well, that's it for us tonight, and we're going to leave it right there. Be sure to give us a like and a follow so that you are ready for next week's game and any future games. Knock on wood. So, Coach, thanks so much for joining me again. This has been so much fun.
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun. Get to watch a ball game.
Yeah.
Eat a little food, hang out with people you love, and it's always fun. But glad the Bruins got a win, and now we'll see if we can go for that quadfecta that Jeannie Cole mentioned. She got hers.
Right.
I've got a long way to go with Arkansas and Dallas and New England all figuring that out. But at least we're 1 out of 4 so far.
Right. There you go. All right. Well, folks, thanks again for joining us. And all of one last note I should say is if there's Wildcat fans out there, still listening, tell these boys, hold their heads high. They played extremely well tonight. We mentioned this at the beginning of the broadcast, the fact that this is going to be someone's final game of football ever. And it just so happened that it's on the purple side. And so thanks again for joining us. And again, they played extremely well tonight.
They did. And they've got a long bus ride back. But sometimes that's not all bad because you get a chance for your friends, your seniors to get together. They'll talk, and they won't talk about football games. They'll remember the good times they had in the locker room and some of the craziness that's happened at practice.
Yep.
Some of the dumb things they think the coaches have done that they laugh at behind us when we're not there. And
yes.
It'll end up being actually a good bus ride home, and that'll help the healing, get some closure and stuff like that. But, man, all the respect to the world to them for playing the game of football. To me, as an AD, I appreciate all sports. But the football is so hard because now it goes around all year. It's physically tough. It's mentally tough. Man, you got a ton of responsibilities. There's 22 guys out there. You never know when a shot's coming at you.
Right.
You start in the summer when it's 1,000 degrees, and you end in the winter when it's cold. I mean, every possible thing. That and probably wrestling are probably physically and mentally the 2 hardest sports to do.
Sure.
And I respect the heck out of anybody. Not quite as much as I do servicemen. But honestly, I respect anybody that plays the game of football because it's hard. And in the day in society when we don't like to do hard things, you've still got these guys out there doing that and represent their talents in schools.
Yep. Well, thanks, Coach, and I'm glad you mentioned that. So we'll end it by saying thank you to all the veterans out there and to my brothers and sisters. So see you. We'll be right here next week with the Pulaski Academy at Marion game. Look forward to that one. Until then, good night, good luck, and 73.